have Coke fiber.
What's that?
It's a Coca-Cola fiber.
Wait, have you never tried that?
No.
They only have it here.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
It's a health drink.
Are we live? Are we live? All right, so listen.
We're live.
It's,
Hello.
it's considered a health drink, Coca-Cola plus fiber.
With fiber.
Here in Asian countries.
How?
But imagine a Coke, but 10% creamier. That's how I pitch it.
So
Coca-Cola, but 10% creamier.
So you like it, is what
Oh,
you're saying?
I love it, and you
Okay.
cannot get this in the States. I've tried to import it, and it's like $10 a bottle or something. I'm like, God dang it.
See, I always thought fiber was like roughage, right? Or it's fiber. Fiber to me is always like material. So it's like, how do they have fiber?
And a Coca-Cola.
You know,
liquid.
It was funny.
Magic.
I was talking
Magic.
with people on our Discord about that because it's not Metamucil, like it's not the Facilum husk, because you leave that in liquid for too long, it'll just like congeal.
And it does. Okay.
Yeah. So this isn't it. I don't know. I can't read what's the ingredients. So
We're live.
Get the Google.
we are live. We are live. Hello. We're live. We're
No
talking
sound. I'm
Hey,
being
guys.
told no sound.
about no sound.
I mean,
It says
sound
no
is
sound.
Hello, hello.
sound is a luxury anyway.
Mic, right? Mic sound.
Yeah. Who said no sound? There is
No
sound.
sound. There is sound, right?
Okay,
Refresh.
maybe you are muted on your end. Here and there, we are just hanging out here. Of course, we have a special guest, Paul from Paul's Hardware.
Hi
This
guys.
guy.
We've been trying to get Paul on the show forever.
And
He made it. He took time out of his busy schedule to come out. So
Thank you.
I'm
Please,
done. I'm done shooting regular coverage for
Oh.
Oh, really? You're
Computex.
done?
wow.
It's a wrap.
This is like my honeymoon or my vacation afterwards or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know what to call it.
Wait, are
But
you staying much later? Or?
Oh, I'm staying here till Saturday, but I'm
okay.
just like the serious stuff. Serious stuff is like kind of done.
Oh, wait. Are you saying we're not serious? Is that what you're saying? I'm just kidding.
I
We're
came
not
here to
serious.
have a good time.
sound is fine, Willis. Sound is
Okay,
fine.
good. And thank you for having me on. And you guys have been inviting me multiple times, and I've felt so bad every time I've had to bow out for some reason. But
you know,
it's really great
it's-
to be here.
We just love having people on that, support the PC and also the best thing about doing a live stream, unlike, real content, you don't have to think here. Just
You're
go,
right.
Yeah, you just go, and it keeps going.
A lot of baloney.
I should also clarify that after several days of Computex coverage, going everywhere and bouncing back and forth and having product specs ingested into my brain, I'm a little fried right now. So if I say something that's completely erroneous, it'll probably happen. And apologies ahead of time, I guess.
No, as long as it's nothing vulgar,
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, it should be okay.
I should be able to keep away from that, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, no, thank you, and I mean, I've told you before, love your channel,
Thank you.
love the stuff you do. Like, I just feel like you have such a unique presence on the camera.
Thank you.
And the kind of content you do, whether it's the funny news stuff or the more serious kind of stuff, like it's just like it's fun.
I
love it.
mostly like the funny news stuff. I like taking the position of just sitting at the back of the room and making snarky comments about stuff. Like that's my zone.
Like the Muppets.
Exactly, like
Those
the
guys
two old guys.
Yeah.
I identify more and more with them every single day.
We're getting closer to Gordon then.
I mean, if I can
You
get
still have little hair. So.
if I can get to that status, it's a goal. It's something to shoot for.
Well, no, we're here. We're live. Everything running good.
Everything holding up?
I can tell we got a friend of the show, VC Jester, Magical Flying Fox. I am so glad that they're able to join us live, because we have so many people who watch, or listen to the show, but it's not live because they're on this side of the world.
Oh, yeah.
But now we get to stream for the people on this side
What
of the
time
world.
is it in the U.S.? In the U.S. It's like
12
midnight.
a.m.
It's
Yeah,
midnight.
12
12:30.
Midnight on
12:30.
West Coast.
Yep.
About 3 a.m. for the East. Anyone on the East Coast?
I,
in the chat?
I think VC Jester might be.
Oh, shout out.
And
Staying up
Jordy
late.
Boy says it's 8 a.m. in the UK.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. This is
Somebody watching Romania.
Top of the morning.
yeah.
Wait, no. You,
eat some blood pudding for us.
Oh,
Right? That's the UK thing. Blood pudding?
I
think that's a
imagine.
Star Trek thing, isn't that?
No, blood pudding's a real thing.
Yeah, it
blood
is.
pudding's a thing here too in Taiwan.
Oh.
I imagine
wine.
there's someone
Klingons.
in the UK like having a full English breakfast right now,
And just watching
the
the
show.
full nerd. I hope so.
I hope so too.
God, if you are, please take a photo and tweet.
That would be good.
Anyway, yeah, we got some fun stuff to talk about here. We're live from the MSI booth. Thank you again to MSI for hosting us yet again for a live stream. I mean, this is the third time now. The first time we streamed live from a show floor was at the MSI booth, Computex 2019.
Yes.
Wow.
So that was a good time.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't here that year because my daughter was born.
Oh,
So it's 5 years for me since the last Computex, 5 years since I've been in Taiwan. I love it here. I'm so happy to be back. And it's also my 10-year Computex anniversary. The first
Wow.
Computex I did was 2013
wow.
with Newegg TV back then.
Oh, okay, got it.
You can still search for Newegg Computex 2013 and find the playlist, although Newegg has unlisted all of our old videos. I'm no longer on Newegg TV, which is fine, by the way. I'm not trying to complain about that, but
That's
you
fun.
can still find those videos.
Wait, so we should start. I want to ask you about the hierarchy of Computexes for you, but yeah.
Okay.
Why don't we?
kick it off? Shall I kick
You
it
want
off?
to start the show?
I mean, yeah. Ready?
No. I have an ad
Oh, you got
read.
the ad read.
We're sponsored.
Oh.
So Willis, everything looking good?
Recording.
Oh, we don't need to record. That's fine. Okay. Are we good or?
So you gonna read?
The ad read, he's going to do his intro, and then he's going to signal us when the music's done. So
Go ahead.
it's different than in the studio. We're just running gun in here. Anyway, this episode of The Full Nerd is sponsored by Silverstone, the leader in small form factor power supplies for over 10 years. The SX1000R Platinum is the company's SFX 12V 4.0 update to the pioneering SX1000 Platinum, released in 2020. It includes the Gen 5 12-volt high power connector, features ATX 3.0 performance updates, and runs quieter. Pick up the SX1000R Platinum today and give your small form factor PC the power supply it deserves to tackle the latest and greatest GPUs and CPUs.
In this episode of Full Nerd, Computex 2023. Welcome to episode 259 of The Full Nerd. I'm your host, Gordon Mom, with Adam Patrick Murray,
Hey, we're here. We are live, but we have a guest.
our special guest,
Hi, guys.
Paul of Paul's Hardware,
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
and Willis Lai is running the vertical and horizontal.
Hello, everyone.
There he is.
There you go.
There's Willis. Oh man, it's fun. We're doing another live trade show from the MSI booth. Thank you, MSI, for having us here. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about for Computex, but in the pre-show, which you should catch on YouTube, you were saying this is your 10th Computex anniversary.
So it's been 10 years since I've been coming. I haven't been all 10 years.
Oh, okay.
I missed the last 4, so I guess that makes it my, so 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, so this is my 7th.
Oh,
But the
dang.
first one I came to was 2013, and I love it every time. Like, I love Taiwan.
And how many you been to?
You know, I didn't go in the early days because I just didn't want to sit on a plane for 13 hours. So this is maybe number 5, it feels like.
Wow. Okay. So how do you think it stacks? You know, we've had a number of years behind us. How do you think it compares?
This one?
This one
versus
specifically.
others?
I mean, because it's different.
This
is
one-
the first full one after the pandemic and stuff.
This one has felt very special for a few different reasons. I think for me, it's because I've been just insanely busy the past 2 months, but like busy, and then you get to a trip, but then like I made it here and everything's been going really smoothly and I've been able to see lots of people, so that's really cool. And then I think like a lot of vendors, like PR people you work with at the different manufacturers and stuff, can get a little burnt out over time, you know, doing all the things that they do. Like I have no idea how some of them keep up with going out to the shows. But this year feels very refreshed, like everyone's had a bit of a break.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like actually happy to be here and
Yeah.
actually happy to see you. And so
It's weird, right? Because
Yeah.
most trade shows, it's just a marathon, but
Yeah.
everybody, they've taken several years off and they went, like, you see somebody, you're like, oh my God, so glad to see
Yeah.
you.
No, it's kind of like, I mean, we first felt that like the Ryzen 7000 launch. Like we were
yeah,
hanging
yeah,
out,
yeah.
you know, just, oh my
Same
God, it's so
vibe.
good to see everybody. And then CES, same thing, and then this one's just a continuation.
I
it's
really
fun.
miss this. Why did I used to hate this? And then you do it too much. And you're like,
Yeah, I'm sure
yeah.
we'll do this next year and be like, oh my God, why do we keep doing
Yeah.
this? No, but for now it's fun. I mean, so like, what do you think overall? I mean, it feels a little sleepy. Like there's, you know,
Sleepy?
like I don't know. What is your take on it?
Like for the hardware coming out
Yeah,
sleepy?
right.
Or
You know, like because
well,
AMD, Intel don't have huge presences.
Yeah.
You know, Nvidia was focused on AI stuff.
I That's true. I guess I haven't been thinking as much about the hardware launches that have happened, and I've been thinking a lot more about the experience being here and just like seeing all the people.
Which is fun. Yeah.
I don't. So, like, do we want to talk hardware yet, or like
Whatever.
coolest thing you've seen or something like that? Like,
kick that off. What's the thing that's like you're gonna leave Computex? That's gonna be your top.
Thinking
thinking about? Gosh.
What kind of like made you like? Oh shit! Here. Oh damn! I used the.
Oh man! Wow.
What made you?
We got a bleeper.
No, it's fine. It's live. We can't.
Gosh. I'm gonna go back to Adam saying it's a little sleepy because nothing is really like jumping out at me. I've seen some cool stuff. I went to the Cooler Master headquarters, and they had like several floors of stuff they're doing. I don't know how Cooler Master has
was an
diversified
intense place.
into so many different branches of technology and technology-related stuff. So I like seeing that. So it's not a product that's going to come to market, but they had one of their big air coolers that they had painted with
Oh yeah.
color-changing paint.
We were talking about that.
And it was just such a simple, like, little addition just to show the heat traveling up through the heat pipes and saturating the fins and everything like that. It was just a visual where I was like, that's really cool. A lot of people in the video said the same thing. Like,
was really
I really like seeing that. I want a cooler that does that.
Yes, I told them that
So-
too. You know the interesting thing, because I was like, this is awesome. So what it is a thermochromatic paint. You can actually buy it on Amazon, paint things with it.
Okay.
But they paint, so it's an orange, and then you can watch the heat travel up the heat pipe. I was like, oh my God, I want this. And the PM was like, well, our problem is you put the paint on there, it actually soaks up it reduces some of the cooling performance. And we know how you are, internet, about reducing performance. So they're kind of they're very afraid, like,
But there does appear to be interest for it. So if they can figure out a way to make that product, I bet, I don't know, I bet people will be into it.
I didn't
I
get a chance to
wanna-
see it. I felt bummed. So yeah, I gotta check it out sometime.
Okay.
Well, we have VC Jester in the chat. He says, okay, well, if not a thing, what about food? Anything food-wise that
Food.
stood out on this trip?
Everything I've eaten here, except I had one, like our hotel has a breakfast day supply, which wasn't good. Everything else has been great. I've had hot pot, I've had katsu, I've had curry. I guess the katsu and the curry were together. We haven't been to Din Tai Fung yet, but we're going there to get some dumplings. I was feeling like I had a lot of Taiwanese food, and I was feeling like something different yesterday. So I was like, is there anything Mediterranean? We got falafel last night, and it was amazing. Like, I was like, this is right up there with the best falafel I've had before.
Wow.
Did you hit up any night markets?
No, I haven't. We're gonna try to maybe go to one tomorrow, because I need to hunt down some shave ice. The night market shave ice. I remember 6 or 7 years ago, we went to a place and they had these drill presses, like industrial drill presses, but with the ice on it, so it would spin it around, and they would shave it off and flavor it and everything like that. It was
Oh, that's
amazing.
awesome.
You get this huge pile of it. But
Ruru
Yeah.
Ruru2 in the chat says, go get some stinky tofu.
stinky tofu. Stinky tofu is. So there's a district I think here that's like specializes in it that I was taken to the first year or two that I came. It's supposed to be the best stinky tofu,
Adam shaking his head. Like, no.
and I still didn't like it. So, yeah.
Well, question, and without being too vulgar, what does it smell like to you? Because I've noticed it's kind of like cilantro. A lot of people like have different reactions to it. They are like, oh no, this is fine. It doesn't. And me, it smells like human feces. Like I literally smell that. Like what do you smell?
I mean, it's definitely the fermentation smell that you get there, but I don't like. To me, it smells like stinky tofu. I'm like, that's stinky tofu.
Oh, okay.
So it's in its own category in my brain
Okay,
for what it
okay.
smells like. But some of the, like the underground metro like malls you go to, and there'll be like one stinky tofu place down at the far end, but it like wafts down the whole way. And
But you have tried it at least.
I have tried it.
Okay. Same for me. I've tried it. I've done my
And,
due diligence. I've tried it.
Yeah, I've tried duck tongue. Have you tried duck tongue?
No, duck tongue.
I was, yeah.
Is it in a soup or a
Another one.
grilled or-
So Irene, who used to work at Gigabyte, anyway, she's one of my old contacts there. She's awesome, and she was just like, "Here, eat this." And I looked at it. And I was like, "It's like a meat grasshopper is what it looks like. It's got these like things sticking off of it." And I was like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Just eat it." So I tried it. I mean, it just tastes like meat.
I mean,
But it
I
was
try
duck tongue.
anything. I
Yeah.
try almost anything. So
It's worth it.
Yeah.
That's what I should tell Adam. Just taste it. Don't worry about
Just
it.
put it in
Oh
your
no, I
mouth.
have no problem with that. It's just I'm not doing stinky tofu. You fool me once, don't fool me twice. You know, kind of thing. whatever
Sticky
that is.
tofu, I think, is maybe an acquired taste.
Yeah. It's like cilantro. You like it or you don't.
Elena says hi, by the way, Paul.
Oh, hi, Elena.
Hi, Elena.
Oh, Elena's up. Oh,
Yeah,
Elena's
Elena's
there.
in the chat.
Midnight,
Hi,
right?
Elena.
Elena, we had a couple vendors go, where's Elena? But,
we did, yeah. Also, hardware-wise, you did a video on the. No, I'm sorry. What do you think about Jensen's AI stuff? There's been a lot of debates on, you know, I mean, we kind of knew he was going to go up there and just really drive hard to AI, but some of us are expecting like a 4090 Ti maybe, or a
would've
Titan
been
or something
cool.
like that, right?
So, all right, I got two takes on it. One is that the hardware is fascinating. Like having that many cores, what they're building, I mean, honestly, it's pretty beyond me in terms of like fully grasping it, but I still am fascinated with the hardware itself. But beyond that, it doesn't go too far. Beyond that, I veer back towards like, how about PC hardware? What about GPUs? What about that sort of thing? So I do have an appreciation for the amount of work it goes into developing not just the hardware, but also the software to make sure it works properly. And then like trying to spin it positive, right? Because a lot of people have felt like, you know, NVIDIA, you know, they were a GPU company for a long time. Gamers sustain the company for an extended period of time, and sometimes it feels like they don't care as much about gamers anymore, like the amount of time they spent on gaming and the keynote and everything. So here's my positive take. What if Jensen makes so much money with AI that he's like, all right, we don't need to make a profit on the GPUs anymore.
no, that is
Well,
real, right?
Let's
Wait,
just
is that how companies work?
it doesn't. It's not how capitalism works. It's just me trying to be positive
It would
in
be
some
cool,
way.
though.
I mean, that would be cool. Who knows?
Okay.
I think it's real, though, because
Maybe.
the more tests they get from AI means they can fight off the competitors. And the fact that they have the money to fight them off means typically give you more performance or lower price or both. And they can actually, in the lean times, when if the competitors don't have the AI, it can't truly work out that way.
Yeah.
it's
But
just a question of-
didn't they get the crypto? Like, didn't they already get that, like, you know, mining boom?
They did. You're right. So you could look at that and be like, well, look
Like,
what
you
they
would
did
think,
after
oh man,
that.
they made so much money during mining.
Yeah.
I think this AI boom is going to make crypto look like
Oh yeah.
like
No, I
just
know.
slumming
Probably
it.
Also, I don't think it's a boom. That's the thing. I
Yeah.
think that's like a future. Like crypto.
It's like a ramp up kind of thing. It's,
Yeah.
it's a new thing that's going to grow and grow and grow and just be a bigger and bigger thing. That's most likely the case. But yeah, I don't know. I do think Jensen he's an excellent businessman. There's lots of things he does really, really well. He's a great communicator too. I mean, a lot of people
Did
try
you go to the keynote or?
No,
okay.
I don't like going to keynotes.
Oh, okay.
But I did, you know, I watched the recap and stuff like that. So he's good at a lot of things, and I think he's a sensible person deep down. So Jensen, if you're watching, it would be cool if at a certain point he's like, you know what, I've made enough money, or my company's successful enough. I want to give back to the gamers who helped build it, and maybe diversify a little bit with the range of stuff that's available for more budget-minded builders. I don't know. It's probably just a pipe dream, but you got to think positive.
Paul, and I do want to say this because because obviously everybody's really hot to talk about whether NVIDIA cares anymore. My thought is they've always known. See, that's why I'm being optimistic. I know a lot of people are being very pessimistic about our future, but NVIDIA's always, in the couple decades I've watched them now, more than that, they've always known that gamers are there for them. And the only way you sort of keep gamers there for you is you have a product to sell to them.
Yep.
And for me, yeah, I know there's big money in AI. I don't think they would take their eye off the ball. Because again, I've not seen NVIDIA take the eye off the ball. Sure, they've had some not great products over the 25 years, but I don't think they realize, unlike some competitors where they suddenly want to do drones or they want to do smartwatches and they don't care about their core audience. I don't think I've ever seen them do that. So that's why I'm actually still very optimistic. there's a lot of people that are very pessimistic about it. And I did actually ask him. I just want to point this out. Sorry, not to. I need to get this out there because it was something that I think is worth mentioning because he did a press conference. There were 150 press in there, international. There were 99 questions about AI data center, ethics, AI this, AI that. The only thing I asked was, I got the only consumer-related question that I feel is basically, do you still care about PC gamers? And he basically said, yeah, we still do, essentially. And he pointed out, like, we did RTX, we did DLSS. All of that is for, gamers, what is where we did a lot of the AI development first. So, some people say, well, some of it was on different platforms, but overall, I think there is a reason to hopefully have some faith. But we don't know, right? Because proof is in the pudding, and let me tell you, if I can make this much more money than that much more, it's tough, right? So we don't know.
So, sometimes the way I think about it too, with NVIDIA cards in particular, is like, if you remove pricing, which I know is hard to do, but if you take pricing out of the equation, it's almost all good. They make very good products across the board, and the complaints and the negativity for gamers in particular, which is justified and warranted, it's all about positioning and pricing.
True.
It's all about looking at the previous gen and what they do with the next gen, and you're like, I can see where you're pulling back there. I can see where you're using smaller dies on your GPUs that are less expensive, and you're still charging more. And Jensen would come and say, Moore's Law is dead. Therefore, gamers aren't going to get that technological benefit anymore. If the product is 20% faster, it should cost 20% more money. And that's what we're all upset about. It's like, wait, when I got into PC gaming, you wait a year or two, you could buy something twice as fast for the same price,
right,
or something along those lines. So, again, maybe we're just being way too optimistic, but who knows? I'm very curious how the 50 series is going to look.
Yeah.
I think a new generation gives them a chance to reposition without necessarily taking that PR hit, because I think there's also a little bit of like, if you lower the prices of your product, it degrades the brands. There's that perspective from the business side of things, which I understand. I wish they weren't as invested in, but who knows? Maybe with the next generation, they'll kind of shuffle things around a little bit and give people that bang for the buck or that generational performance improvement that they've been looking for. Or maybe they'll just do AI from now on and be like, here gamers, here's the leftover GPUs, and they're twice as much as they were last gen.
VC Jester, friend of the show, VC Jester, gave us $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Said NVIDIA can slash prices, run the competition out of business, and have a monopoly, and then triple prices. So
it could go both ways.
Also, Paul is awesome.
Thank you, VC Jester. And you're right. They could do really nice stuff that we got really excited about.
Right.
And then suddenly. Yeah, it's.
I mean, but to Gordon's point, they are at a different point than Intel. And one of the problems that people have traditionally complained about Intel was stagnation, 14 nanometer plus. Yep. NVIDIA product-wise isn't stagnating. I mean, feature-wise, they are bringing out new features, broadcast, DLSS, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's really just the price, right? And size. Yeah. Size and heat is definitely like those cards. These new cards are huge. So
they're huge. But for me, it's like if it's big, but it's also the performance is there. Like I'm kind of okay with that trade-off.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I think I find that I can't talk as much about the cool features they have because I am too distracted complaining about the pricing and the positioning and everything.
Which is understandable.
Yeah. It's kind of
the interesting thing to me is also because obviously 4060 Ti launch was, because it was like KB Lake to Coffee Lake.
Yeah.
It was like, it was not a big deal.
It's like the smallest leap I feel like almost ever.
But to me the weird thing is like on the low end, 3060 Ti to 4060 Ti raw performance was pretty marginal. But then you look at 3090 to 4090, it was just stupid, right? Stupidly. It's just as weird, like on the high end, hey, first class service, all that massaging your neck, and if you're in that Southwest coach seat, you're gonna suffer, right? And that to me is, I understand the business models, but it sucks to be crammed into a crappy
Yeah.
coach seat for 6 hours,
And
wondering
you
if it's
know-
ever going to get better.
You know they've got those first class seats up there,
Yes.
but and they come out with it and be like, look, here's what we can do, because that's a statement. That's the Halo tier product is always like, this is what we can do. And you also with NVIDIA, you always feel like they've actually got something a little bit faster that they haven't quite come out yet. You know, the TI that we were maybe expecting.
Right.
So you know they can make really fast, really good GPUs. But why are the ones that are like just in the affordable price range for most people just so, it's so murky down there? Like, you know, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's product release cycles too. Because I mean, the 30 series was a flash in the pan.
Yep.
If you were able to get it, you probably charged, you know, you were buying it at really high, crazy prices. So it's almost like that generation didn't really exist to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I have a question though, because I there's so much pessimism.
also, we want to be mindful of your time. Feel free
Yeah.
to just like pop
You
out.
gotta-
You're like, you know
you
what,
gotta
I'm
come
going to run.
I'm
so.
good. I'll hang out for a little
okay.
bit more.
Does anybody here or in the chat think that NVIDIA is not going to do a 50 series? And does anybody really think that NVIDIA would be happy to get off the gas so much to let Intel and AMD, because they ain't going away, get up on them? I just don't think that's in their DNA. I know everybody is afraid, but I don't think that's in their DNA. You got
But-
this lead, why give it up?
Once again, that's not what people are mad about. They're mad about the price. Like, they're definitely going to keep on the gas, but where are those prices? That's
Yeah.
how I feel about it.
I mean, pricing is that's the number one driver, right? But
I mean, I think, honestly, I think the best hope for budget gamers right now is Intel. Like, I feel like they have been, especially with the progress they've made with the driver support, like they've worked out a lot of the kinks with the A series. So, and they're very competitively priced still. And Intel, you know, they're a big company. They maybe have been struggling a little bit, but struggling a little bit for a company like Intel is like a cruise liner, you know, like hitting a wave. You know, it's like they're still moving the same direction. They're still.
They're like,
a
did anyone
behemoth."
feel that? Did
Yeah.
anyone-
So Intel, I think, has the resources and hopefully the mindset to continue to produce GPUs that are competitive at the budget range, especially if that's the best they can do right now. I mean,
Yeah.
because that is what they're coming out with right now. So, you know, I'm optimistic for the what's after A, B,
Battle Mage.
Battle Mage.
Mage,
I'm
yeah.
optimistic for Battle Mage and the continued generations there to keep putting the pressure on at the low end, because that's really what we need to see more of is price wars in the
Right.
budget range. between
Well,
all-
and you know, something that we talk about all the time too is that I feel like that really, really low end is going to be filled in by APUs. You know,
That's
Like,
true.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like I think that's what's going to happen. Like, you know, under 200 discrete GPUs just is not a thing anymore. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, it's like other than that, you get APUs. I mean, the
Right.
RDNA 3 performance on AMD is awesome.
And
Z1.
Intel's coming on strong. You know, I think
Hopefully,
everybody
yeah.
expects their APUs or APU competing products to be very much competitive with AMD, hopefully.
That would be refreshing.
Yeah.
It's been a while, or if ever, like they never really had an integrated graphics solution that
Oh, yeah.
was anywhere near AMD in terms of performance, which I always thought was interesting. But yeah, there's a lot of optimism, I think, for the APUs or for the integrated graphics solutions that are coming out next gen and beyond. And that is also, you know, a bit of hope for like budget gamers who are really trying to stick, you know, don't have that much cash to work with.
Right.
You can still game, you know. Maybe you're not playing at 4K with all the bells and whistles turned on, but you still have an option for PC gaming. And that's, I think, for me, like looking at what NVIDIA has done and just a lot of the pessimism in the industry around GPU pricing and everything, that's been like the greatest concern for me is like, I see people who are like, I'm done with PC gaming. I built a system 4 years ago, but when I decide to upgrade, I'm just gonna get a console because it's not worth it. And that's, I feel like, if there's a message we could get across to Jensen somehow, be like, Jensen, you love PC gaming, I know. So don't squash that audience and force them to go to the console route, because that would suck. And we don't want a contraction in the world of PC gamers, because it's an excellent platform, you know, diverse and flexible, and
Yeah.
There's something
all
for
the things you can do
everyone.
with it. Yeah.
Because we have to have the affordable price range to get people into PC gaming. And if that goes away because there's nothing that you can buy down there, that's going to hurt us all, right? in
I
the
agree.
end. I think though, we'll see, but it does feel like GT 1030, that's going to be given up to integrated
Yeah.
APUs.
Which is fine.
Is fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I have unless you had a question lined up,
No, go for it.
I have a question for you guys,
Yeah.
because I know my answer. What's the worst thing you've seen at Computex so far? Or like the most terrible idea? Or just the thing where you're like, why did they do that?
I've got an answer.
You go first. I'm trying to think.
Over here at the ADATA booth, they have that liquid-cooled SSD.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's just a prototype. It's
Okay.
But yeah, it's like imagine, I don't know, like a little rectangular box on top of a Gen 5 drive, and it just has liquid cooling just circulating in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems
It's like a contained liquid cooler?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
like a fan that kind of blows through them. But once again, just a demo, just a tech demo, but also like, I don't know, that just seems scary to me.
The Gen 5 SSDs can get hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if the modding water cooling world is like, it's like I need a Gen 5 SSD that can do 13 gigabytes per second in my gaming PC, because that's gonna make my game load like 3 seconds faster or something.
I mean, and they made like, you can kind of see, it's behind this, but yeah, they made like a giant version of it.
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
like at their booth, so you can like kind of see the thing. I mean,
I'll
like
have
I
to
get why
walk
they
past
did it, but
that.
it was also like, yeah, okay. I don't think I'd do
All
that.
right.
You know, I might be with you there, because I saw it and I was like, that's interesting. How does this work? And then actually I started to think, does this even work? So I get a little more details on the internet. M.2, plastic block on top of it, copper tube in the middle. On the outside of the copper tube is water or some kind of liquid. And then two little 1 centimeter fans to blow the air through that copper tube. So I guess the heat transfers into the water like a fish tank, and then of course it's going to transfer into that copper, and then like it's just like, does this even work, or is this simply you just made something to
Do they have any like performance numbers on it? Like it used to run at this temperature and now it runs at this temperature?
It looked like, to me, like it was very early
Okay.
concept stage. There was a lot of concept stuff here, but that to me definitely struck me as like,
There's a lot of concept stuff. Well, one of the things that we've been talking about is like the war on cables. Like we feel like
Yeah.
between the whole reverse connector thing or the Core IQ Link, where it's just one cable that to rule them all. Like it seems like a theme that we've been seeing here.
So that was my answer.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I stole that.
So it was one of the videos I shot today, which was I decided to go full pessimism on
really?
on that trend of putting the
On
connectors
all
on
of
the,
it,
on the back of the motherboard.
Oh, that.
I'm not like, going back to the Maximum PC days, when I used to read Gordon's articles, and I was just a little tyke. I don't know how old I was. But I always had this appreciation for this, like, sure, make it look pretty, but if you sacrifice performance, if you sacrifice functionality, if you sacrifice the flexibility that you love with PC building, which is like, buy this part from different manufacturers, put them all together and it works, then it starts to grate on me, and then I start to pull back from it a little bit. So, like the Asus 4070,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the power pins.
what do they call it?
It was the-
VTF Back to Future
Oh, was that
version. Yeah, BTF.
Oh,
is
Oh,
what
I
it-
didn't
is
see
what
the
it-
name.
they
Yeah.
didn't have
Back-
that name for us.
Back of the motherboard, Back to Future, I guess is how they're branding it. So, I don't know. It's like, do you really hate the cable? Do you really hate PCI Express cables that bad that you're willing to invest in a specialty motherboard and graphics card to get rid of them? I feel like it. I feel like it's just kind of a.
Well, a lot of people do hate 12 volt high power, so.
But again, there's practicality there. And that board still has a 12 volt high power plug on the back that passes through to the front. So now you can fry not just your GPU and your power supply, but maybe it'll take the motherboard out at the same time. Probably not. Hopefully that's fixed by now. But yeah, so I like practicality, and I feel like this whole putting the plugs on the back thing solves a problem that really isn't that big of a problem. I feel like sleeve cables, like cable extensions, is a great way to accent and customize and personalize a build, because there's a lot more flexibility there than in terms of colors and all the there's a bunch of small shops out there that do the cable extensions and stuff like that do a really good job. So that was my thing where I'm like, I don't know if I see this trend taking off, but I'm gonna do what I can to squash it.
Paul is
I just
part of the
kidding. I don't-
anti-war movement
Wait,
on cable.
So wait, does this extend to things like the Corsair IQ Link or the height?
So
what's
that-
the height version?
Nexus?
Yeah.
High dive virus.
So that I think has more practicality to it because your option there, if you want the RGB, because like you can put RGB in a computer, it's not going to affect your performance. It's just going to be a little bit more of a pain in the ass for
Oh
you.
no! RGB definitely affects performance.
You're right. If you do green, it makes
Oh.
it faster, and blue is for
Yeah,
cooler.
sorry.
Right. So, but apart from all the pain in the butt that it takes to wire up all the cabling and stuff like that, you're not really taking anything away from the PC in terms of what it can do.
Except for it is proprietary.
Well, the Corsair one is.
Yeah, the Corsair one is.
So that's a trade-off, and now you have to ask: is the convenience of not having 18 cables to wire up your 3 fans worth dipping into a proprietary system where you might be locked out of using other competitors' products in the same system?
Right.
And there, I think it's a debate. I think it's a question. I think
Did you
there's
get a chance to see the height?
I did. I went by height.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to see it. Like, so
It's-
you say it's open? It's not.
For the height
The
setup.
Nexus.
Yeah.
The Nexus.
The
setup,
Nexus.
they call it.
It's not proprietary like the Corsair one.
It's not as
Oh,
proprietary.
it's not as proprietary.
They have so height. The way they're going about it, which I thought was kind of different, is they led with their software, and they've developed their software. The first system they had there at height was just a height case, and I think maybe the LCD and all competitors' products in that case. So they're kind of going the way of like the Open RGB, the Signal RGB, trying to make software that can play nice with all this
Right.
this hardware, which makes sense for height because it's also iBat power and they're a system integrator, and they want to make sure that if they have any parts from wherever they can get them cheapest or the best deal on them, they can plug them all in and still have an RGB setup that works. So it's helpful for them. It's helpful for consumers as well, I think. But I mean, they're using Type-C connectors for some of this stuff. They have a magnetic connector that is proprietary, but that's more like for the connecting the fans together. And they did have some unique setups for daisy chaining. So like you have the hub going to an LCD strip, LED strip, and then at the end of the LED strip, you can plug in a fan, and then the fan's running off the LED strip. So again, it still veers a little bit towards the proprietary side of things.
Right.
But I'd say there, since you're talking mostly about lighting, it becomes more of a question for the people who make it home. Like, do you want to invest in this sort of what do they call it? Not platform, ecosystem,
Right.
where you might be locked in terms of adding more RGB products, or do you want to just have a hodgepodge of stuff and have RGB vomit everywhere and have 4 different pieces of software to control it? Maybe we can meet in the middle somewhere. Maybe Open RGB, Signal RGB, those software solutions are going to save us all. I have no idea.
Or maybe Microsoft's going to figure it out and put it into Windows.
That would be cool too. I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't mind. But then you have to, I guess with any software solution, you have to rely on the developer to keep up with all the different controllers that come out and the connectors and making sure they all play nice, and you have companies operating on their own that do whatever the heck they want to do. And then suddenly people are like, why doesn't my RGB work? And it's like, well, it's because you have the ADATA RGB water-cooled M.2 SSD. Our software doesn't talk nicely with the control in that or something. So
Yeah.
RGB can be a quagmire, but RGB, if you don't like it, you can just build a system without RGB, and then you don't have to worry about it. So
I do feel like on this war on no cables, you were talking like, what's the deal? Like, it just feels like we're starting to shift. Like it's all about aesthetics, and then it came, like people like Steve were like, what the hell, airflow mesh, and we
Right.
came back that way,
Yeah.
and now we're coming back another way again because like Lian Li, their new O11D Vision
Yes.
has 3 glass panels.
does.
PCMR one?
Yes, the PCMR one.
they told me it still has just as good a cooling performance.
Oh, okay, yeah, but
And
like
they-
I really feel like it's going, and then the back connectors, the one cable to rule them all, like it's going back to aesthetics, and then at some point be like, no, F aesthetics, let's go back to performance. Like it's kind of a weird back and forth.
It's not, the thing about PC gaming, especially consumers, it goes in these weird cycles. So we're seeing a shift do you guys buy the pitch that I saw from a lot of vendors was, we're doing this to make it easier to build. So, if you want to build a high ambition machine where it's just beautiful and there's no wires and all that stuff, for a regular person that's hard. So what they were saying, we're trying to make it easier. So we put the connectors on back, we do this one cable, it makes it very approachable, and a regular, nerd can build a machine that's beautiful without the complication. Do you buy into that at all?
I don't, because you still have to plug all those cables in. They're just in a different place. They're just on the back of the motherboard. The only solution to that I think made it a little bit easier was Cooler Masters, where they're going to sell an integrated case, power supply, and all-in-one liquid cooler. And the power supply has cables routed up to pass-throughs on the motherboard tray.
Yeah.
So that
So all you're doing is just running from the motherboard to the.
Yeah, but then I think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that, like you still have to plug it in. I mean, maybe it's a shorter run and you can very easily tell, oh, that's 24 pin and that's 24 pin. Use that little cable to jump them together. So maybe that's slightly simpler, but
Could also introduce like more problems though, because then it's like if you don't realize that a cable on the back is, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't know how it's wired up back here,
And I always feel like with that pitch, like, oh, it's easier for people. It's like, well, the people who are really that intimidated about wiring up some cables and stuff like that, how far along do they get with their interest in building their own PC before they're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy one from a system integrator or something like that. So,
I mean, it might be easier for system integrators.
Yeah.
and
They're
that
like, hey, you know what? We can ship out more systems if we
Yeah.
put all the cables in the back, because then we can just go, go.
That's actually was in the back of my head because I thought they're saying it's for consumers, but part of it really is, way more people buy pre-built than they realize. The SIs would love to have somebody be able to build a system that looks way more expensive, and then you cut the build time by, 80%,
yeah.
right? So I kind of wonder if that's kind of the play. Everybody just suddenly pushing now for easy build.
And that could theoretically benefit the consumer as well if that savings in labor cost or whatever is passed along, which we know it always is.
Always is.
Yes, yes.
You know what
It's
I
a
would like?
straight
The more you
cash-
buy, the more you save.
Exactly.
He actually said that.
I know. Again.
He's just
Self-referential.
he's just taunting us now.
He
really.
is at this point,
It's
yes, because
just-
he knows it's going to trigger somebody in. But it is true, because let me tell you, I get that Costco pack. That's a lot of toilet paper. I save a
is.
lot.
It is.
I save a lot of toilet paper in that Costco.
I love the
toilet.
Costco toilet paper.
You know what's really cool though? Cool laptops.
Oh yeah, like very cool laptops.
Like I wish,
Like a
maybe
laptop that
I
was
can't
made in
afford a
conjunction
Mercedes car, but
AMG. Do you like
Hey.
cars?
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
cars.
I love cars.
Do you like cars? I'm not a car guy.
I mean, cars are good. They're useful.
but yeah, tell us.
So for people who
About
don't
this
know,
laptop.
this is the MSI Stealth 16 Mercedes AMG Motorsport. It's built in partnership with AMG, and for people that is, for more Texans, it's a Shelby Cobra of Mercedes. Really beautiful. We have the customization on back. We have a carbon fiber on the a wrap on the key, on the space key. But what I love though is the power button says start engine.
Okay.
That's actually a nice touch.
Let's
That's a
see.
really nice touch.
It's a
Yeah.
0 to 60 time on this one.
Yeah. So it's very. I would say it's very very subtle, very tasteful.
Yeah.
In terms of like the branding and the
Yeah.
adding in the car stuff.
I appreciate the full-size Ethernet jack.
Oh, yes.
No,
ano-
this thing's got ports.
That's another thing that I feel like vendors have decided, oh, they don't need that anymore.
Dude,
Yes, we
yeah,
do.
right. This has got
Yeah.
Type A. This has got 2 Type C's.
Yep.
Headphone jack. Yeah, Ethernet, HDMI. Also lights up on the back too.
Yeah, Core
Anyway, but
i9.
that's not the only laptop we have here. Sorry, we're at the MSI booth. Oh no! Oh no! Watch
yeah.
out for this guy. We are full nerding.
I
We're
couldn't
live.
resist. I tried to half nerd and I was like, no, doesn't feel right.
Gordon, what laptop is this?
This is really nice. So MSI's traditionally, they sell stuff to gamers. People want high performance laptops, right? Because that's the whole MSI thing. They basically decided we're going to get into the commercial market. I love commercial notebooks. The reason is they're just built to be repaired. Ian, want to stick around?
How's it going?
Good, good.
I'll get
Dr.
him
Vickers.
mic'd up. Hold this. Yeah.
But commercial laptops are built to be tougher. And the nice thing is most commercial laptops,
Don't line us in.
you get the full, I know I can't do that, this is a prototype. You get the full ports, so you get the ports like, and this even has Ethernet. And of course, you're pushing the corporate thing now. This keyboard tray is built of recycled, post-consumer recycled plastic.
I think Acer pushed that a couple of years ago, and now everybody's really doing it hard.
And I know people are wondering what's in this.
How's it going,
So you're
man?
talking about
Let me
Acer
ask-
during
we're
the
gonna get
MSI
into-
sponsor spot.
Mike, but
Sorry.
It's fine. It's awesome.
This laptop has a latest Core i7.
I know 5's not being talked about, but talking about that equivalent in other industries, in other verticals, whether that's medical, oil and gas, research, not just large language. I mean, I spoke to a guy who was an engineer, researcher, trying to do a plasma stream in his engineering work, and he applied a large language model to the plasma stream to detect for issues. You're thinking, like, that's a plasma image video. How are you processing it through a language model? And the utility, he said, no, it works perfectly fine and it's amazing.
That's incredible.
Real quick, I want to interrupt. We had the technical difficulty, audio driver issue. I think it was you. You know, you just broke the laptop. I'm not quite sure why you did that.
We had such a good conversation.
You actually
right
did
now.
have a really good conversation. Everyone missed it. You got to be here live to experience it here at the booth. So sorry. I think technical issues have been fixed. Okay, yeah. So sorry about that. Just say everything you said again. I'm just kidding.
Let's see if we can recap. Ian does not think that Jensen will suddenly make cheap GPUs for gamers. AI is a raging behemoth, which will continue at least for the next few years, and we're debating a little bit about whether that's going to continue to roll on or whether it will be sort of a something that rises and then fades away a little bit. And then
I think the best thing gamers can hope for is we're currently seeing large language models like ChatGPT do amazing things like pass the bar exam and stuff. They are still very nascent for chip design. We've seen papers from Google, we've seen papers from NVIDIA doing very basic chip design with machine learning. At some point, if the models get good enough, if we get enough performance, everybody's next gaming GPU will be built with AI in some way. And I don't mean heuristics like place and route, I mean actual, what is the optimum, whether it's TSMC, whether it's Samsung, whether it's built on Intel, AI will optimize the heck out of it more than any human ever could.
do you see any downside to that? I mean, apart from current architecture designers.
So there was recently like a signed letter from 250 top class AI researchers saying it could mean the end of humanity, right?
I mean, that's what we're all thinking about in the back of our brains, I think. It's like,
But-
and then the singularity happens, the Terminator arrives, all that.
But I always ask this question to chip companies. I said, do you worry about where your brand new high performance hardware is used? Because we all know that the Department of Defense does weapons modeling and everybody does everything on that. And they're basically like, no, we can't. Otherwise, we'd never build anything. Right? It's up to the ethical nature of the people using it. It's funny though, if you look at where people in the semiconductor space specialize geographically, in the US, there's technology, there's some manufacturing, big in 5G. In Asia, manufacturing is the big one. In Europe, we have regulation. That's what we're good at. And ASML.
Well,
Great. Thanks for showing up, Ian.
Oh boy.
it's like we were being all optimistic earlier, and now I'm like,
Wait,
the
wait,
world's going to end.
No, the world's not going to end. As long as you trust the people
But that
running
is,
it.
I mean, that's a serious, deep ethical question that we probably can't plumb the depths of right now. But it's like lots of hardware companies are like, I'm making hardware, I'm making it faster, I'm making it better. How is it used?
Yeah.
And bridging that gap to have some level of responsibility, like, I feel like it needs to happen at some point, but how would it happen?
So every company in this space has kind of like an AI ethics team.
Okay.
Intel actually showed off their AI ethics lead, who I think is 18 and already has degrees.
Oh, wow, okay.
Based out in Arizona. And she is really, really smart and really understands more than people who've spent 20 years in the space.
Okay.
It's crazy. But yeah, they're all wondering, how do we work closely together with partners about making sure our AI data sets aren't biased. They're actually going to produce right and accurate results that are endemic of the population at hand. But they're not going to be able to work with everybody. And it's everybody else.
So yeah.
But
They
we had
can
this
do
with
all they
CPUs.
can.
We had this
Yeah.
when CPUs were multi-core, same argument. And nothing's happened yet. But then it only has to happen once.
Wait, so has your Computex just been going around having these deep talks? Or
Something
are
like
you
that.
actually like checking out gear? Like,
It's because I'm no longer a journalist, I don't cover many
I
components.
don't know, it says press right here on your pass.
Oh, well, yeah, press is a catch-all term. Yeah. I don't really focus much more on the components now, it's more on the sort of business side. So understanding where these companies are thinking about the future of their product lines. And yeah, this conversation comes up a lot.
And anything you've seen? Because you have walked around, right? Like,
Yeah.
anything you've seen there was like, ooh, that tickles my fancy.
It's weird. This is a Computex where we've had no big Intel launch, no big AMD launch. NVIDIA did some enterprise stuff, but nothing on the consumer side. But the show is still packed. It's at 100. I spoke to somebody who said they don't feel like it's 100%, but I feel like it's 100%.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
It's busy.
And if we could turn the camera around, there are so many. The floor is just packed.
It's madness right now.
Yeah, so there's lots of people want to talk about lots of stuff. And
Oh, speaking of talk, we did do a video with you,
Yes.
so be sure to subscribe, watch later, because it was a good conversation. So always good to chat with you.
Speaking of AI, though, here's my question, because like the only nugget we got for consumers from NVIDIA was that ACE thing, right? That was AI used to generate the characters, the dialogue.
oh, not arbitrary code execution.
I forget what it was. I don't remember what the acronym is, but the concept is you could have a server where, if you're playing a game, you walk up to a character, you go through this usual script.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very limited, and a lot
I
of
took an
it's
arrow to my
repetitive,
knee. Yeah.
and somebody had to write it all. So basically, ideally, the AI can create that character and run it for you to make it feel more immersive, because you could have millions of characters instead of just maybe 1,000 in a game.
So there is that. But do you remember when Twitter launched the Taybot?
Yes.
That very quickly
yes.
became
Yeah.
very shut down for
Yes.
being safe for work, essentially. Right. It's so there's the danger of that, whether your characters will learn from your actions and how free your actions can be in that world. I totally get it. I think we should see it more as a tool to help accelerate. I mean, you always hear things like Skyrim has 200,000 lines of content, of words, and voice actors, are voicing 35,000 of those. If you can use these models to help the writers do it quicker and more and in bulk, maybe you're not doing 200,000 lines of text, you're now 2 million, or maybe you're using auto-generated audio, such that you no longer have to have voice actors. I mean, I'm using AI now to fill in B-roll spots in my own videos with my own voice. It has fooled my wife. If it's longer than 20 seconds, people do say, it's obvious it's not me now. So it's still in that learning phase, but think of how many content creators we know and love that never show their face. It's just B-roll on top of voiceover. That could easily be automated. There's a channel out there about somebody's trained an AI model with David Attenborough's voice, talking about something very unrelated to nature, and he's just narrating it. The videos are just that. So
Actually, we did talk about, like, wouldn't it be funny if there was, like, Gordon hosting an episode of the Full Nerd, just,
In
you
the
know, AI.
not in real.
From the metaverse. Oh, no, it was at CES. We saw, you learned what a,
What's that called?
what's that called, when you have a digital avatar that's
the
streamed
twin.
for you?
VTuber.
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 Yeah.
I
We
still
need
don't
to
understand
get
what that
Gordon
is.
into VTubing.
I don't understand.
No,
What does Avatar look like?
I don't know. What should it look like? Not a panda, because he hates pandas. I don't know.
Okay.
If
Easy.
I don't-
I
He has a thing
can
against
trust
pandas.
it, Your Honor. I'm not a cat.
yeah.
It's no, but imagine Gordon speaking in the studio, but the voice coming out is you. It's taking what Gordon's saying and then translating it to your voice. It used to be took hours and hours and hours to do that sort of stuff. Now it's
But can that do that on the client side, or is that all
Yeah.
cloud
well
side?
for pre-recorded video, not necessarily live.
Oh, okay.
It will come to live. It's one of the limits with AI that I'm seeing now is if you look at, so speaking about ChatGPT, GPT-2, 3, 4, the amount of compute to do to get an answer out of ChatGPT 4 is 50x what you needed for GPT-2, right? So if these models keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, the amount of compute you need is more and more and more. Maybe you can't run them at home anymore. And there's going to be a fundamental limit where we're going to have to look at the efficiency of these models, not just the amount of compute they do. Top tip number 1.
There's lots to think about.
Fun. Yes, definitely a lot to think about.
Gentlemen, I think I should head out. We were talking about how crowded it is, and I was like, I need to get a cab, and the cab lines at the end of the day here get very, very long.
You got an hour.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah,
It's
no,
great to
thank
be
you.
on. I'd love to join again in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Ian, it's good to see you here.
Yeah, finally. I've known you've been here all week and
I
I've only
have.
just bumped into you.
I know. I've been all over the place.
Well, no, we need to come do a trip down your way, too. We've talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been to a Micro Center, so I need to go.
It's worth it. It's worth coming to Southern California just for the Micro Center.
Because he walks around it and gets recognized.
I mean, sometimes. But last time I went, it was early in the morning, so there weren't very many people there. But
Nice. Well, thank you. I'm gonna take your mic off over here,
Cool.
so
Thanks
you guys
Yeah,
keep
thanks
chatting.
again for stopping by, Paul. I'm glad we finally did it.
I am too. Bye, everyone in chat.
Say bye to Paul.
Have a good one.
And go visit Paul's Hardware, like, subscribe, buy merch. Is that a new shirt? Because that's awesome. Look.
It's not new, but it's a captive thumb screw, you see?
Oh,
Captive thumb screw.
Captain
I
Thumbscrew.
want to do a whole series of these. Still working on the designs. Okay.
I'll just take it from you.
So, I do have a question because, the AI aspect of the game I thought it just sounds kind of intriguing to walk into a game, to have tens of thousands, a million characters like walking through an actual metropolitan city.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, it feels like it could be turned to evil immediately because that's what the internet does. But it's like it really changes the game experience in a way, because if you could walk into this city
Yeah.
Because we've actually had games like GTA where the cities are huge,
Yeah.
but the characters are sparse.
It's
You know, and if you could go in there and there's
well, so the developers for those sorts of games, you know, like Cyberpunk and everything else and what have you, they'll say, what's the amount of interactions we need to script in order for it to feel natural, so you won't get the same interaction twice very quickly, and they're looking at, you know, hundreds or even thousands, but in an hour, how many character interactions are you having? You could have 200. Right, just walking by, you know, GTA is the obvious one where somebody shouts to you down the street, "I'm walking here."
Hey, I'm walking
Hey,
here.
really
eh?
good.
That was a good accent.
that was really
But because people play these games for 8, 16, 20, 40 hours, even if you have 2,000 separate scripted responses, you notice when they come up.
I mean, the famous one is arrow to the knee,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah.
know, oh my God, how many people got an arrow to the knee around here?
It's there should what this will enable arguably is the point at which the game has so many pre-scripted, pre-generated responses that you'll never hear the same one twice in 100 hours of gameplay. The question then becomes, are these games built to generate those responses on the fly? And I think there's a very distinct boundary between the two, because when you submit a game, you know, for publishing, you obviously have to get it rated, right? ESRB or whatever it is in the US. And so maybe it'll get a PG 13, 15M X rating. If you have AI generated non-scripted content in that game, they don't have the mechanism right now to rate it. Right?
Well, that was a question we had earlier. Is the AI generation happening before the game launch, or is it happening in real time? Like,
Well, yeah. So if you have AI helping the script writers for pre-scripted, you suddenly go from 2,000 to 20,000, then that can all be, you know,
done beforehand.
Yeah, and given a certification.
Yeah.
You do it live. Okay. To be honest, it probably won't take that much in terms of CPU power, GPU power to do it at that point. But yeah, then rating it then becomes very difficult. You can put in like, don't say these words, and you have a dictionary, and if an output contains a certain word, then you just redo another generation. You know, AI is very easy to do that with, but
Yeah, I just, to me, like, I just am fascinated by, it's like when they first started to do game physics.
yes.
And game physics, you know, you had a storyline in the game, but you'd go in the game and you would spend 2 hours just trying to blow the building up in a
Oh, Red
unique way,
Faction.
right?
Red
Or-
Faction was the good one, yeah.
Oh
Or
yeah.
jump the tank
I
in
forget what that.
Battlefield
I
in a
forgot
way
that what that
that
text
was-
called.
yeah.
It's unique, right? And I kind of wonder if you actually, if we play the first game where it is heavily based on AI characters, like most of the fun is trying to manipulate the AI characters into doing things they're not supposed to do, right?
What's the first thing we did when ChatGPT became free and open? We tried to get it to tell everyone that it was going to destroy everything, or
Right.
you know, it's where do you think AI and humans are going to be in 20 years, and what would happen if I tried to unplug you? That sort of thing.
I asked you who Gordon was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was it right or wrong?
Half.
it depends to what data it's trained up to
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. It said you did like speaking engagements and stuff like that. It was
It's,
just like what?
it's a lot of what this machine learning will be useful for is also translation, offering games in multiple languages, or even integrating or generating languages. Right? You know, you don't need a Tolkien to create a new language for your game.
Speaking of language, I need help getting around here, so maybe that can help.
You know what? I have a question though, Adam.
Yes.
That screen looks really nice on that laptop.
Oh, on this laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like
Oh, you know what?
is it 16 inch? It looks like a 16
Is
inch laptop.
I
is
don't
that
have my-
Is that the Mercedes?
I don't have my tape measure on it.
It's
But-
actually, Ian. Yes, it's a MSI AMG Motorsport laptop in partnership
Oh, there it is.
with the AMG Mercedes Motorsports team. But I was noticing that
Oh, it is
screen
16
is
inch.
beautiful. 16 inch.
Ooh,
UHD plus
DCI-P3, OLED.
OLED panel. Very
Oh.
pretty. Very
It's,
pretty.
what people can't see is Clifford behind the camera, who's one of the PMs for this.
I don't call it about camera.
Yeah, okay, but what we have to ask him now is, with this relationship with AMG, is there going to be a press event to a Formula One race?
Sorry, say again?
Is there going to be a press event to a Formula One race soon?
We are actually like in our press events. We talk about this whole year. We're
Yeah.
going to be sponsoring one of the teams
Yeah,
all worldwide.
Nice.
that's sweet.
God, you know, if I were a big fan of Mercedes AMG, I might want an MSI laptop that matches the team I like.
It's £3, isn't it?
1.88 kilograms.
Oh,
which-
so 3.5.
Right around there. And
Yeah.
it's also come with like a lot of accessories.
Oh yeah, racing accessories. You got to
Yeah,
come to the
racing
MSI
accessories.
booth to check it out. It's a
Yeah.
good time here. It's
You
good. You can't see it; it's just off camera. But we got a big inflatable Lucky, the
Oh,
dragon. He's just standing there like Gordon.
Yeah.
Like I see
Oh,
Gordon, I
yeah.
see Lucky.
Same pose.
Yeah, about the same.
I'm surprised we don't have an MSI employee dressed in a, like the T-Rex suits.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
for
need
next year. Next
Yeah.
year. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Because it is hot here.
That's true.
Man,
It's
I
true.
don't know about you, but I hate humidity.
This is the first day I'm not wearing a suit at the show.
I know,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
shorts.
It's,
Yeah.
it's because I have an important meeting tomorrow and one shirt left.
Oh, yeah, that can be rough.
So I needed to come in
Wait,
shorts
so
and t-shirt.
do you feel like, I mean, since you're doing this now, as opposed to, covering stuff before, is it more stressful? Are trade shows like this just like you're running around still, like chicken with your head cut off, like sweating your butt off?
No, not so much.
No?
Shows like this, Computex is somewhat unique. It's the only major Asia trade show we attend. It's where all the component manufacturers are. If you're doing consumer reviews, which, done for years, then you know every company and you may end up with 50 meetings in a week. I don't do that much component stuff anymore. So I came to the show with 3 or 4 meetings planned.
Oh, that's
And-
nice.
and,
oh my God, imagine that.
Well, I've been seeing old friends that I've known for years, right?
Yeah.
But we're all 3 to 4 years older.
Yeah, a lot of catching up.
suddenly.
A lot of catching up.
Yeah, and it's weird because there's also not much new blood coming through as well.
Oh, interesting.
I've noticed. It's okay. It's the one thing I did notice here is that there are not many US-based written press
Yeah.
as there used to be. There's like nobody from Anantech, 2 people from Tom's Hardware. I remember coming to the show where there would be, 2 and 6. But aside from you guys, again, 2 from
PC
Tom's
Mag is
Hardware.
here. PC Mag is here.
John from PC Mag is around.
Oh, you saw a lady.
Oh yeah. Sherry
was her
from
name?
Laptop.
Yeah. But all the US press is mostly video now at the show. There are local written press and there's a lot of European written press as well.
There's a lot of European press here. Yeah.
There always is because they do their own awards ceremony, the EHAs.
Okay.
So they get a lot of funding from Titra because they're actually on the Titra
Oh.
program of official events. So yeah, there's that change, which is interesting. A lot of the US press here is mostly video focused.
I mean, it's fun though. I mean, we've been able to connect with a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
Even people I've never even met. I definitely want to give a shout out to Tech Testers. Got a chance to meet them, and it was just an amazing time. Gear Seekers, the Poets, UFD Tech, Brett, awesome guy. Yeah, like so it's been awesome like catching up with people.
Right.
And
It's funny meeting people for the first time who literally live less than an hour away from me, but have had to come
really, wow,
7,000 miles to do it.
that's fun. That's fun.
So you haven't gotten to see a lot of PC hardware here then? I mean, you're not really focusing on it.
Well, no, it's there's some enterprise stuff going on from some of the vendors. Ampere Computing, which is not an Nvidia thing, they just launched their new ARM-based server CPU. So there's a picture of me eating their chip that I need to tweet out at some point. And yeah, there's a few things like that. A lot of because of the AI stuff, right? There are a lot of companies. So we did our video at the Silverstone booth. I spoke to
Which
them.
this podcast sponsored by Silverstone, maker
Oh,
of
cool.
oh crap.
Maker of everything.
Yeah, like awesome small form factor power supplies.
Cases,
yeah.
power
For
supplies.
over 10 years.
It's their 20 year. Because I
Oh.
actually filmed a segment for them, I think.
No,
So, but
the ad read said 10.
it's because they're most famous for a lot of their consumer stuff. But about 4 years ago, they started with their enterprise server grade. And I spoke to them today, and it's like, well, the consumer stuff is kind of dipping with the way the market is.
Right.
But the server stuff is more than making up for it, and it's higher margin. It doesn't mean they'll pivot to server stuff, but it just means that they're diversifying such that they can survive downturns and such.
You know, Nexus Yang says Computex is not so much for consumers.
It's consumer tech.
Yeah.
It's a trade show, but it's consumer tech.
Yeah. Like so, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff. Like, there's two 2 halls. This hall has multiple floors. Like down on the
Yeah.
lower floor, there's not much consumer stuff. So I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff I walk by and I'm just like, oh, it's a
Oh, the point of sale.
yeah, point of sale stuff or like barcode scanners. Like you just got a line of barcode
Yeah.
scanners. Like so, it's interesting, but yeah. So I mean, it's not all consumer,
It-
but there is a lot of consumer here for sure.
The final day is a public day, so tomorrow.
Oh.
So they're going to allow people who register with the
we're
public
outta
in.
here.
But I think out of all the shows that we attend in a year, either PC or smartphone, they're all industry trade, except IFA in Germany at the end of August. That is public first, trade second.
Oh,
So it's 80,000 people attend and it's mostly public. But you have some press and some trade. Everything else is trade and press first. So yeah, when we say Computex is a consumer show, it's because it's consumer parts, I guess.
Yeah. I do have a couple super chats from a friend of the show, VC Jester. Gave us $5. Thank you so much. Said NVIDIA is making a huge mistake if they don't put all their eggs in the AI basket during this fledgling stage, but we suffer. You know, they focus on AI. We might suffer.
They're hoping that building AI makes better gaming, building better gaming builds better AI. It's, you know,
They also gave another $5. Said every company is racing to be the Adobe of AI. Once the winners are picked, the demand for AI-specific hardware will drop.
do you use Adobe?
Unfortunately, I do. Yes.
I don't.
Yeah.
So-
Well, you know.
Yeah.
But do you
One of us,
agree
one
with
of
that
us.
sentiment? Like once that's figured out, the hardware demand will drop.
No, I don't see it right now because there's just so much going on. You can't keep up with the new models that are being produced every week, every month. It's whether it's in the US, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Asia. Everybody's doing so much and it's diversifying so quickly.
Yeah.
The key headlines really is we all used to be focused on convolutional neural networks, based on like computer vision and stuff. Now we're all moved to transformers. So that's kind of a big shift in AI. The question is, what's the next big shift, and does that need new hardware to do it? That's still an open question.
yeah. It just I don't think it's just going to be a flash in the pan. It's just,
There's also no good way to benchmark it.
you know, and yeah,
We have talked about that. Yeah, like is there any value in doing any sort of AI benchmarking? But we did that video. What was it, last year about like AI and
Yeah.
you know.
It's imagine if Cinebench was updating every week, every month, with new optimization features that some people could do and some people couldn't.
Gordon would lose more hair than he already has.
Yeah, or you'd be automating it by a factor 10, 100,000, and then by the time you finish one run, you have to update everything, then run the next.
Oh my god.
It's actually one thing I did see this show is everybody's doing their sort of, Corsair with their Stream Deck and AVerMedia with their comparison. I said what we need is a script that if you click a button just runs Cinebench. It opens it, it runs it, and it gives you a result. And then if you can save the profile on the deck, all you have to do is plug it into a new computer, press the button,
Launch Cinebench.
and it does your benchmark
Oh
for
my
you.
god. Oh yeah, you just have the little Stream Deck. You plug it into a laptop, Cinebench done. Walk
that
away.
would be nice.
Yeah.
And the overhead from running the whatever it would.
It'd be negligible. With 14 core, I don't know how many cores it is. How many cores is
that's
that?
Oh,
1300
you mean
each?
this MSI AMG Mercedes laptop?
Stealth 16
And a
Mercedes.
segue to our sponsor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It actually has a
13th gen Core i9 13900H.
yes, and
So that's how many cores?
a
Yeah.
GeForce RTX 4070 laptop GPU.
Oh, laptop. A capital L laptop.
Capital L laptop, and it's made of magnesium aluminum alloy, by the way. Because you can't have plastic on a high-end laptop.
I remember when they started doing those, the industry in general, and seeing how light they were. It's an added cost, but it trade show. I mean, I don't know how many laptops you guys are carrying around.
I try not to.
Yeah.
I had to because of the streaming setup, and I was just like, oh man, that's right in my back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already carrying around a ton of gear, so.
You want the laptop that does everything, right?
Yeah.
If you're in this business.
Yeah. I do need a real quick correction. VC Justice said I didn't say it'd be over soon. It took over a decade for Adobe and Microsoft Office to come out on top. Sorry. Didn't want to represent.
Yeah,
Misrepresent.
I think to me the exciting thing is the permutations are just going to grow geometrically because
Yeah.
Office will finally actually be different. Adobe products will be smarter, hopefully.
It's I'll have my hand up and say I'm still using Office 2010 because I have a license for it and I don't want to pay the monthly.
Yeah,
But,
no,
you know-
that makes sense.
like one of the things, like if you know how to drive Photoshop,
Yeah,
you really are an expert. But again,
you can earn a lot of money
I'm
from
not. But if I can just have Photoshop do that high level of,
I mean, it's your phone, right? You were
Yeah.
just talking yesterday. You used to bring up a big DSLR. Now you're like, you know what? The phone just does it for me.
it. I keep flipping back and forth between that, whether I need a phone or a DSLR.
yeah.
Well, what are you bringing right now?
I've got both.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but DSLR is getting lighter. You don't need as much glass these days.
So let me ask you something, because I do want to know, because it seems like it's all pitched as either or.
Yeah.
Like we're meat and potatoes, laptop, desktop. That's kind of one world, and the other world is, the brave new world of AI. Are they complementary? Like, will you still need big fat laptop client, big fat desktop? Do you think it's going to change with AI as the?
AI in the consumer space for like notebooks is going to be difficult. Intel's said that they're going to integrate AI hardware into Meteor Lake. We know AMD's trying it with the Ryzen 7040 series, I think it is. And they've actually got demos at the show if you have the right invite. The big question there is always software utility. Do they have the right software partners doing the right stuff? Because the argument I always bring up is when we had AVX 512, there was a big push by Intel to drive AVX 512 enhanced workloads into the space. And it took years before they came, even semi-ubiquitous in certain applications. I think AI's got a much wider remit to work there, but the question is, will it help? For laptops, one of the big use cases I think is doing the camera monitoring, and then if you look away, because you're something on your desk here, it will dim the screen and put the system in a lower power state, still on, for literally 2 seconds, so when you come back up, you're back on. And I've seen metrics that will enhance your battery life by 1 to 2 hours,
Oh,
right? Or
that's a good use case.
or it will detect when there's a person over,
Oh, yeah,
and it will
yeah.
say, there's somebody looking behind you, and it'll be a discreet.
Warning.
Yeah, well, especially if you're in a very public space like here,
Yeah.
and you'll show up, and then you can either change what you're doing or what have you. The only downside of that is you have to leave your camera on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure, a lot of people don't do that.
No,
A lot of people just.
or maybe it's a time of flight sensor or something.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
As something lower power. So trying to find those right use cases in the laptop and desktop world, I think it's going to be more applicable day to day as the laptop, but some of the more hardcore stuff will be on desktop, especially for content creation, which is where I want to see it. It's I did speak with NVIDIA this week, and I said your AI stuff about auto-aligning your eyes to the camera and things like noise cancellation, that's great for streamers, but for people who pre-record content, we need a way to do that post-production, especially if you don't have a proper teleprompter and you want to read off a script.
Yeah.
If you can do it in a semi-natural way at least, it'll look good. And they're like, wait, why don't we do that already? Writing it down, okay, we'll send it back to the team.
Because it's all in broadcast.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We
is
need
there a
to
way to?
pull it-
Yeah.
pull
Well,
it-
they'd probably have to work with Adobe and.
Well, I would happily pay a monthly subscription for something like that to help my content creation.
And then also because when you're doing it in real time, there's definitely milliseconds with that to do it.
Yes,
If you're doing it in post,
you can go as fast as you like,
you can go as fast as you like. You can
or
improve your
slow,
quality.
slow as you like. Yeah.
So if you're bumbling
Sounds silly.
something,
As slow as you like.
if you're pre-recording a presentation and you bumble it,
Yeah.
you can actually, the AI can
Well-
make sure your eyes are right and correct it without. When doing a higher quality mode,
So we've already seen AI demos where you can take a 20-minute recording where you bumble. Only 10 minutes of it is useful, and it will cut out the bumbling and make it seamless.
right.
So
like the ums and ahs and.
yeah,
no's.
or you have to say no. Let's say that again, and it will pick up and it'll
Oh,
auto-detect.
I see what you mean. I see.
So you
what
have to
mean.
restart a paragraph or something.
It's like, oh, if he detects that you're doing a second take,
yeah,
it cuts
So
out the first take.
I mean, how far is that away? Are we talking 3 months, 6 months, a year? It's probably longer than we think, but the technology is going at such a rapid rate. You just got to hope that these people are working on this stuff.
Speaking of a technology that I feel is revolutionary, we've talked about this many times before. Frore Systems Airjet, we got a new video on it where they're cooling an external SSD. Definitely go watch that. Have you had a chance to check them out?
Are they on the show floor or do they have a private room?
Well, so you can't get a private room unless you have the thing on the show floor, so they just have like a little empty area.
Okay.
So yeah, they're only in private. Also, they're the ones who graciously gave us the Coke Fiber for this for this stream. Have you tried the Coke Fiber?
I have. I learned about it last year and I thought, that's insane.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So thank you for providing the Coke Fiber for the stream. But
how do you pronounce the company name?
Fror.
So not
Roll the R.
So not, I can't.
Yeah, Fror.
So
then just Fror.
Frory. Like Mimi's.
Yeah. Nah, I mean they know the.
It's I don't have any contact with them. I'd love to see it in person.
Oh yeah. No,
Because
yeah.
you guys have done a video. I think Linus has done a video on it as well.
Yeah, no, I'm glad Linus got a chance to go check it out. I mean, it's like it really is like we keep seeing it, and it, you know, and so anyway, at Computex they released their first consumer product partnership with Zotac, a mini PC.
I saw
in
you
it.
did that video. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean
Does the extra power consumption worry you?
Well, I think it just depends on the device, but if it's already, I mean, it's fairly low power, 1 watt. You know, a lot of those little miniature fans are.
So, well, 1 watt for 7 watts of cooling. That's still an extra 12% on your power budget.
Yeah, I think the math works out because fans aren't free. Powering fans aren't free, so it basically works out.
also also the cooling is more efficient though.
Yeah, more efficient cooling.
Yeah.
And also you don't also have to run the thing flat out. So.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's one thing that's perhaps not obvious is you can ramp it up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be fully at 1 watt.
Yeah,
the whole time.
They said in the Zotac right now it's like stages of 0, 25%, 50%, 75, that kind of thing. But and I did ask like, oh, can you get granular? Like, oh yeah, you can. It's just a software thing. You have to.
Okay. Yeah. And, implementing things like hysteresis as well, so it keeps on even if you're pulling back your workload until it cools down.
But it really is cool. I mean, we keep seeing it. We're like, dang, this is cool.
I'm excited about it in like U-class thin laptops like this. The fans go on this. Yeah, okay, honestly, I'm sure each fan is using a watt each because they're running. You know how it is when you 14 nanometer parts start. So
to be honest, I want it in my clothes in this heat.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Some efficient cooling would be nice.
Oh my God. Yes. Well, it doesn't get enough wattage for my body, so yeah.
Shame.
But no, yeah, you should check it out. Yeah,
Okay.
it's cool, and I mean we've done multiple videos on it now, and it keeps being cool. So
I gotta ask you. I know this is like a previous lifetime for you. What's the coolest mod you've seen here? It is Computex. What's the coolest case you've seen?
So mods, I think at the G-Scale booth, Elmore doing his drip feeding liquid nitrogen into an ASA pyramid.
it is pretty cool. Yeah.
The system's running 13900KS at 7 gigahertz. It's running DDR5 memory at 10,000 mega transfers per second. But interestingly, they're running 24 gig sticks of memory.
Wow.
And I spoke to G-Skill and they said overclocking the 24 gig sticks is actually easier than the 16 gig sticks.
Why?
For some reason, the technology of the 24 gig sticks is making it more easier. This SK Hynix die. I say that as we have somebody wearing a G-Skill backpack opposite us.
I wonder if that's like it's just because it's newer. Are we talking early DDR5 versus new, or actually current 16 gig versus?
Because it's not a factor of 2, I think there's an architecture fundamental difference on how they build it, and that's just more conducive to pushing those higher, frequencies and transfer rates. But 24 and 48 gig sticks, still not entirely commonplace right now, but they're coming. In terms of cases, I don't know. I went by height because their cases are really popular. They had some really interesting mods there. I saw one where they converted that the beveled corner into a full screen.
Yeah, they had it at CES too. Yeah.
It's and they said they couldn't get enough. They couldn't get enough units. Is there something wrong with my microphone?
Yeah, your micro. I think your interference from the phone. Maybe
Okay.
just put it in your pocket.
Yeah. No, I hadn't seen it before because I didn't go to Computex, but high iBuyPower, they always do weird things with displays in cases. They have the snow blind.
Yeah.
It's actually Silverstone has a case that weighs
Oh.
60 pounds.
Is it the Alt F2?
It's just massive.
Like the liquid cooled one at the end of the cap? Or?
No. This
No,
one was
oh.
this one had a dual socket server motherboard in it.
Oh.
But the door on the frame is heavier than most cases. Right? And I was thinking, yeah, that's a nice big chunky boy for a workstation. But it'll probably cost, maybe $500, $700 to buy, but it probably costs $1,000 in shipping to get it to the UK.
Yeah, there's a lot of metal in that one.
Yeah. No, that's kind of cool.
Huh. I'm just trying to think of. All right, what mod blew me away? There was one, although it may have been here before, but it was in the Thermaltake booth because they have a lot of mods. But the entire center section was rotating, and I've always wondered how they get the power to the motherboard and everything's mounted inside and it was rotating inside of it. But how the hell are you getting the power up to it, you know?
Oh, because of the rotation, you just keep on twisting the cables.
Yeah. So
I'm getting it some kind of brush,
Yeah.
they're just like on a
An AC motor.
an AC motor or like a bumper car where it's just bumping up on the ceiling, that piece of flat metal. So
Yeah.
but the entire center section is just
Yeah,
rotating
it's pretty cool.
Is it rotating in the same way or alternate directions?
Same direction.
Well, I mean,
Same
on
direction.
display, it's
Yeah. Was it actually running workload?
No,
No.
they didn't have the screen hooked up or anything.
So it could just be powered, or two separate power. A splitter cable or something.
Oh, maybe.
But then you'd still have to take into account the rotation. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to think.
There
How
was
the hell you're able to
there
do
was two separate Alien mods.
Oh yeah,
There was
one
the
G-Skill.
G-Skill
What
has
was
the
other one?
face hugger, like it was like the big pod with the face hugger on the
Yeah.
top and then like tentacles. And then where was the other Alien mod? Alien case mod.
Hey, you've taken all these pictures.
I had to take. A
I know
picture of it.
the mods are cool. We're gonna do like a
Did-
YouTube short
Did
of
you
like
get a
a
hug from
supercut.
Jensen?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there's.
Did you get a selfie with Jensen?
So we don't know where it is, but yeah, it got the alien on top, and then I can't tell where it is. Maker.
I'm showing
yeah.
the camera. This is like a face hugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
That's in the G-Skill.
Yeah, so it was just funny to see like two variations of Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I normally don't do this, but I do. The thing is, and I do, the point out. I think
When it's the CEO, it's a special case.
it's a CEO, and then also I think it's one thing again that I think the message, because a lot of people, we haven't talked about it with you, but a lot of people think NVIDIA is going to leave gamers behind. I think the fact that he wants, like he came out wanted to, actually did a video message to say that he still cares. I think they're sensitive to people saying that, and I think
They just hired Jacob Freeman, who's been the cornerstone of EVGA press relations for how many decades?
right.
And so, yeah, if they're hiring
Oh
him in
yeah.
GeForce,
Okay. I was about to say. I was like,
VR,
wait. Oh, I
2 months
recognize
ago,
that name.
Right.
Yeah, you don't hire somebody like that and then kick gamers to the curb.
Right. So I think the pessimism that is there, I understand why it's there. I think you gotta have patience. I don't think it makes any sense that they're going to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, sure, a lot of attention is going to go to the big money maker, but
priorities change, but I think Jensen has a soft spot for his core original market.
right, he always has, and
Isn't he the longest running CEO of a tech company now?
What was the other one? Oracle?
maybe Larry.
Or Larry?
I think Nvidia may predate Oracle.
I think it's
it does
28
predate
years now.
Oracle. So it's
Oh, and Nvidia founded in '93, so it's 30 years.
yeah.
I know that because I made a slide for a presentation the other day, where I put the year it was founded. Intel 68, AMD 69, Nvidia 93.
Oh wow, Ha,
So
that's crazy.
yeah, so in terms of CEO, just to drop names, Pat Gelsinger now follows me on Twitter.
Oh wow.
You're like collecting them all like Pokemon or something?
I shook his hand at a private Intel event, told him the name of my new company, and it was like, ha! And then I think somebody highlighted his tweet. Somebody from his team made a note of my tweet about it to him, and then he responded and then started following me. Lisa follows a lot of people. I don't think I have a Jensen follow yet.
Oh wow. I don't even know what it means. I don't know how to use Twitter
You literally follow 0 people on
because
Twitter.
I don't know. I never got the manual. I don't even understand. Why are you?
Do you have kids?
Do you have to?
Did you get a manual for those?
No, I don't. You know, something on Facebook. On Facebook, I just saw like, oh, okay, except, and then I realized, like, wait a minute. I was like, I'm just like, I don't even know these people. You just kind of like, just too
Oh,
many.
it's LinkedIn. I get about 50 requests a day. I really have to
LinkedIn is
ignore most unless I recognize the name.
Oh.
yeah.
You know what? I wonder though, Adam.
What do you wonder, Gordon?
So
When we can sleep?
When you do content creation, do you want to show? Do you end up bringing a desktop or
I end up bringing a laptop.
a laptop?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, especially something with a lot of power, but it's got to be thin and light as
Why?
well.
So you don't want a 17.3-inch big gaming laptop for video editing?
Not me, not personally, no.
You mean you don't want to have an MSI Titan?
Not an MSI Titan.
So like, but you need something.
GT77.
But like, that's that's a really.
Actually,
a really nice laptop.
this is pretty nice. I mean, we don't know the
Mercedes-
performance, but
Well,
it is
but I don't
really
know
pretty.
if you're kind of a Mercedes kind of guy.
No,
Adam,
I'm sorry, I'm not a car guy, but
So like maybe something that's kind of maybe for doing Adobe products like an MSI Prestige 16 Studio Evo, like
Yeah.
this one.
so the studio name, means it's for creators like me. It actually, once again, I like creator laptops usually because they are just kind of simple and understated, but they still have a lot of power
Yeah.
and they're not like chunky. So it's like that nice in between, 4.5. I mean, but this is super light. I don't know how much.
1.5 kilograms.
Oh, that is the 1.5.
What is-
yeah,
what-
3 pounds.
Oh, okay, 3 pounds. Yeah,
Thank God Ian's here because we would never
yeah.
know.
He's a
Does it have a
translator.
barrel charger on that side? No.
No, no barrel.
Huh. You know why? It's because it charges at USB PD up to 140 watts.
Okay, wow.
So this is, you can tell it's a commercial laptop because HDMI port, stick it in for your meeting room, and Ethernet.
Ethernet.
I love the
'Cause it's,
Ethernet. Do not get rid of the Ethernet.
Ethernet. People who do content creation
Type A?
gotta have.
You need Type A. Yep, got Type
Got
A.
Type A, two
Type
USBs.
C's, full-size SD card. Gordon always makes fun of but I like having a built-in
Yep.
SD card reader, even if it is, I can get a better one.
For this show, I have a laptop that doesn't have one, so I'm using like a small USB plug-in.
Oh yeah,
And-
like a little adapter.
But I accidentally bought my bad one, so I'm transferring at 20 megabytes a second video.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So
no.
having one built in, yeah.
Yeah, and this
Okay.
is an MSI laptop. They generally use UHS
Yep.
readers, and I know this from the past. It's got, I don't know how powerful it is. It's got a GeForce RTX 4060 laptop GPU, and
How's it taste?
the
How's it
CPU is some kind of Core i7.
It's the newest Core i7.
Latest Core
latest Core
i7.
i7. Yeah.
I don't know what that means. So it's possible.
The latest they have in the factory,
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
latest they sell.
The latest
Yeah.
Core i7, so it might
Take your
be
pick.
And it has a full number pad as well.
full number pad.
Actually, I do prefer a number pad. Like
Really?
Me
my
too.
last video editing laptop
Wow.
didn't have a number pad, and I missed having it.
It's
so.
almost like the MSI Prestige 16 Studio Evo was made for creators like you, Adam.
Thank you to MSI for letting us stream from your booth. This has been fun, for damn sure. I have a question to ask you, Mr. Chip person. Have you tried these seaweed
Oh, I have.
Lay's
They are
potato
really
chips?
nice.
Yeah. The only problem is that this bag only has like 5 chips in it. It's just
Yeah,
like such a little
it's
dainty
kind of a
bag.
ripoff.
Yeah.
But if
it's a lot
you
of
get-
air, but no chips.
But if you go to the press room over the road, you can pick them up for free.
No, this is from the press room. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
There's only 5 chips. This press is
Yeah,
for-
yeah, it's like just a
So
little.
people who don't know, the press were moochers. So
We are moochers. Luckily,
they
they
put
do give
fewer
us a lot of
chips in.
stuff.
They find it beneficial to give us a room to work, something to drink, and something to eat, because then we are happy when we create our content.
yes,
They have a bunch of little snacks and stuff like that. So.
I mean, we're jet lagged and we're tired, but we still get fed.
I felt bad because I was trying to get food for the team and all that stuff. So I'm taking 3, 4 at a time, and just like I was like, I'm not mooching. I'm just getting it. For
Oh, no,
the
that's
team
fine.
members.
You're like
I'm just like sweeping up
into the
tables.
bag.
There's always somebody worse than you. This is a press pool we're talking about.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But do you know the thing about chips at TSMC, or just general Taiwanese engineering? So there's a brand of crisps or chips. I say crisps.
How crispy are chips?
In Taiwan, and they put them on top of machines as a good luck charm. And they don't open them and eat them, and when it goes out of date, they replace them. And it's kind of like this whole, superstitious.
Funny enough, we did a tour at MSI's headquarters here here in Taipei, and
This
they
year?
gave us a bag of those chips, and they were like, "Hey, don't eat them." You're supposed to put it on something.
Yeah, and Adam
so,
and I were really confused.
yeah, I was just like, wait,
I was like,
you
oh,
don't
you already
eat
like,
these?
Yeah, I need to find some. I'll take some home.
yeah, they sell them at the Family
7-Eleven.
Marts and 7-Elevens.
Yeah, I've seen
I
that.
have to see the brand.
I don't know how
I'll
that
send you a
turned
photo.
into a luck
Yeah.
thing.
Sorry?
I
Yeah.
wonder how that got started.
Hey, Cliff, can you tell us this whole luck thing about the
The chips.
the chips?
The
Oh.
you know the back.
So in Taiwan, like that's like one of the major chips. Like so it's called guai guai. Guai guai means like it's like be good, be good.
Oh, be
So all the IT guys, whenever they have something that's keep having bugs, they put a guai guai on top. It works. It works. That's how
it's
it
like,
works
be
in
good,
here.
come on, be good for me.
So
Western version of the rubber ducky.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yes.
all the R&Ds, like whenever they want to test drive anything, they put a guai guai on top, and it's like crossing their fingers that it will work.
Okay,
Huh.
yeah, all right. Well, thank you for teaching us that.
I may put it in my car.
I was gonna say,
Like I wanted to like not
like
break down.
on
and-
the Google Maps.
yeah, put it in your car when you're in the race,
Oh
and
yeah.
maybe you won't break down.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why you put like
Ferrari needs one of those.
bobbleheads of the Warriors, right, Gordon? Warriors, looking out for you.
Somebody should have brought one to the
Guai guai.
LA
Guai
this
guai?
year.
Guai guai. All right, be good.
Do
Guai
we,
guai.
do we have any questions from the chat? we
Oh,
need to get to?
I'm so sorry. I have been neglecting the chat.
Nicholas?
Sacred chips.
I lost my
but
internet. So.
Magnus said the next thing we'll be using waffles to increase wafer yield.
Oh,
Oh, here it is. Hey.
AMD on it.
oh my God!
AM
It's
And
AMD
it's like
branded.
AMD.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you probably can't see it. AMD plus what is that?
Guai guai.
Guai guai. Oh, okay. And what does this say?
I have to take a picture of me eating them.
Like it's like
Have
if
you
you
bad
have
luck,
like
Ian?
the A stuff on hand, then you would be the winner.
Okay, yeah. So we got a
I think I was
Ryzen,
tired.
we got a Radeon, and then yeah, just some components. All right, nice.
Oh, it's
awesome.
oh my
Oh,
God!
it's really AMD
Ryzen
like
branded.
branded. Yeah.
Yeah, I am not surprised.
That is cool.
You can probably get Intel branded, TSMC branded.
Wait, can you get this version in the store, or is it just like
No,
a
no,
special
no. This is
thing?
an AMD special edition.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that is awesome.
That is fun. That is fun.
I'm going to their office tomorrow, so maybe I'll
There
see
you
if
go.
they've
Yeah,
got
tell them Guai Guai sent you.
I need one for home and one
Oh, here you go.
one to consume.
Yeah, Gordon, don't eat
You
it.
can't put it in front of the logo.
Yeah. Oh, oops. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Put it in front of the Coke fiber.
No, yeah, there. Anyway, the ghost in the machine is appeased if you put that on. Yeah. Yeah, don't knock over the drinks, Gordon. That would be
Yeah.
that'd be a problem. I've been drinking a ton of Coke fiber. I've already. Yeah.
Are you regular?
Oh, I'm regular. I mean, you got to stay regular, especially
Yeah.
at a trade show. That is
That
important.
flight.
Yeah, especially the flight.
It's pretty much your Computex ritual.
It is. It is. I've been talking about this for years. I gotta get my Coke fiber, and I do look. This isn't in the UK. You've never seen
No,
this
no,
UK.
it's not.
Okay, yeah. I've tried to look up how much it is to import, and yeah, it's not worth it. But I was like, man, can I smuggle some on? And I was like, maybe if I pick some up at the airport and I bring in carry on.
It's
But
we can get like fiber aloe drinks in the world food section. We
okay,
have
sorry.
half an hour.
Yeah. The announcement is coming on to tell us in
Kicking us
half
out.
an hour we need to get out of here. But so hopefully it's not too loud on the stream.
There is a little bit of somewhat news here. I think not official news.
It's fine. Just keep going.
I'm just keep going. The voice is gonna keep going. We did a video with Wendell, and he's seen some of the refreshed Z790 boards.
Yep.
And one thing he's noticed is they've really, really beefed up the power regulation. So we can kind of, and I've also seen another board that was really beefed up, that's coming out later too. We can read into that there's going to be a bigger, hotter Intel C. It's crazy to think hotter, but there's probably going to be a bigger, hotter Core i9 coming out.
It's so server CPUs that went on this trend to where they're now peaking at 350, 400 watts. Consumer CPUs aren't there yet, but you do have to wonder if maybe that's the trend. We're already happy with high-end GPUs consuming 350, 400 watts in our desktop systems. Will we be happy with that power consumption on our CPU as well?
I see. Because I come from the old days of performance. I think they will, and looking at people were angry when we went from AMD 5,000, 7,000.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm not hearing people complain about Intel's power consumption right now.
Really?
People make a joke about it.
It's efficient if you're not running it at full beams.
Yeah. and
It's my next system is going to be a good CPU, but I'm going to be reducing the power because for me, I come from performance too, but I'm really fond of stability these days. But not just out of the box stability. I'm like, how much can I just be comfortable with?
Right.
That it doesn't hamper me if I reduce it too much, but it's still not making my room overheat.
Right.
So
I think
I live in a
people-
country without air conditioning,
Oh.
so I have to be careful.
We
about
don't have
what's
much
in my
air
room.
conditioning in the Bay Area either, but
I still think people will excuse it.
Oh,
if
yeah,
the
yeah.
performance is
They'll
there.
push.
I mean,
If it's another 150 watts for
I don't think they're going to
5%,
excuse it. I think they're going to complain about it and then
they'll
still
complain
buy
about
it.
and they'll still buy it.
That's
And-
what's going to
Because they
happen.
want the best gaming CPU.
Yeah, and that's the thing that
Yeah.
that is the lever that
Or
always works on
workstation,
everybody.
or
It works on everybody.
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So that's potentially coming. That was spotted on the floor, obviously. What else was interesting?
I do want to chime in real quick because we are, that was the
getting near the
announcement that it was near the end. If you have any questions specific, like did you see this or that or the other thing, put them in the chat at PC World. It's just easier to see. So if you have any specific questions you want us to answer before we wrap up, let me know. But
I do. I have one question, but I need Clifford.
hey, we have a question from Dr. Ian Cuttress.
How much?
How much for the
for the
AMG?
MSI. Because Ian's making the big money, he's going to get the Mercedes. He's got to have the matching.
needs that start
No,
engine
MSI
button.
AMG
So I
motorsport.
have two specs. One is a $24.99 US, and another is $29.99 US.
Okay. And the difference is capacity.
CPU, GPU.
CPU, GPU. Okay.
It'll go with your Mercedes, Ian.
I don't even have a driving
He's
license.
like sitting here like
It's irony.
eyeballing it this whole
But
time.
no,
You better
I'm-
watch
I'm
out.
a Formula One
You better
fan.
watch out. He might,
It's one of the first laptops I ever purchased was called the Ferrari One. It was an AMD dual-core netbook with an XGP port, and it was absolutely horrible. But I got it cheap, so
But you bought it for the Ferrari support?
yeah.
Huh. You're a Team Ferrari?
No, it was just available.
Okay.
It's, I have a T-shirt from the old Lotus Renault, just because of the Lotus store in London. They had a sale.
Oh, okay.
So it's I'm not so much fanboy. I'm just more a fan of the sport.
we do have some questions. IR 1980 said, "What's the temperature in Taiwan right now? anyone-
32.
32 Celsius. I don't know what
What's
that
that
is.
in
80,
America?
80 degrees Fahrenheit.
80 degrees. Yeah.
80
the,
degrees.
the highest we've seen was like
92.
like
But it's
almo-
pouring down with
90,
rain
yeah.
because of the typhoon.
And yeah, it has been humid. It has been hot. Yeah. So there's that.
There's a typhoon that's just missed us.
That's-
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
been pouring with rain.
Donald James says we're not going to taste the chips. No, that's the idea. You don't taste the chips.
Oh, they have more.
No, I thought you
Are
said
we-
you don't. You put it on
You
something.
shouldn't.
Is
You
it bad?
you
Is it
shouldn't
bad
open
luck
it.
to eat them?
Yeah,
okay.
go eat it.
All right.
Okay,
Open
so
it.
live taste testing.
All right, yeah,
Open
Guai taste testing.
It's
What is it supposed to taste like?
chips.
I see a
Oh.
coconut on it.
All right. Are you
So-
gonna
so-
go
coconut,
first? I'm going to
okay.
go first.
Hey, Adam, don't
so-
worry about it.
Oh no, I'll eat it. I'll try anything once at least.
Uncle Roger, eat
Oh.
your heart out.
Oh, they're
Oh,
puffy.
Good.
They're
It
like
looks
little
packing
Cheeto
foam, but
puffs.
Anybody? They're really good.
Oh, they're
What
kind
does
of
that taste?
very sweet. It's supposed
Here's what they
Sorry?
look like.
coconut.
Coconut.
Yeah, they have like a
It's very faintly coconut.
yeah.
Wow, it's almost
Okay,
like
that is-
cereal.
They
That is actually
cereal,
pretty good.
Yeah, there we go. That's perfectly it.
Oh,
It's
you're
cereal.
right. It's like cereal with like milk, like a nice
that's
sweet
really good.
milk. Oh. All right,
Could
sorry.
I put, like-
I know everyone loves when
Okay,
you eat on a.
I
on a
will be
stream.
buying a brand new suitcase. I can fit. Actually, I could buy 2 new suitcases for my flight home.
There you go. Wazim guy asked, what was the most unexpected thing that you have seen this year at Computex? Unexpected.
The amount of people just here. I expected it to be a smaller,
Really?
because it's the first one back after the pandemic. Everybody come, and no major launches. The fact that it's 100% full, that's what surprised me.
Yeah, the
True.
lack of real hardware launches for us.
Or
This is a little surprise.
major hardware launches.
Major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even on the laptop side, right? Yeah.
Although the nice thing is that Litz,
No,
It looks-
I'm just going to
Go
hold
for it.
these because I'm starving.
Go for it.
it
Guai
does
guai.
let all the case, all the chassis vendors, a lot of the other people sort of shine because, sometimes the chip vendors steal all the thunder. So I think, we got to see a lot more cool. Paul is not into the war on cables. I like the war on cables. I'm a supporter of it.
It's a difficult thing. I just want my cases to have more area for cable management, so I'm not trying to close it like a suitcase every time.
Yeah.
That being said, one thing that did surprise me is, did you go visit Height?
No, unfortunately, we
Our
didn't have
schedule got
time.
messed up.
Okay, so they have a new cooler called the Thick Q60, and that's THICC, and it is a chonker.
Oh.
And it also comes with like a 5-inch display attached to the CPU mount.
That's intense.
I think Steve at Gamers Nexus has a video on it.
Oh, okay,
So-
nice. Go check it out. VC Jester, friend of the show, asks, has Gordon found acceptably bad coffee here in Taiwan? You can't just go in and be like, give me a drip coffee.
Yeah.
That's
it's-
almost like non-existent.
Yeah. No, the coffee's been pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Different
It's
because
different.
it's not what we get in the U.S. So
Yeah, definitely not sweet.
a lot of generally, not sweet. Also, a lot of iced lattes have been pretty good.
I saw a coffee store that I misread the name of at first. I thought it said Sad Coffee. It's not. It's S&D
Oh.
for single and double coffee. I thought it said Sad Coffee, and I was like, wait, what?
Liam in Wales is asking, did Gordon win the prize in the packet? Is there like a free CPU? Is a little
Oh my
collectible
God.
card of like
Maybe
Dr.
there's
Lisa
like
Sue.
a little plastic CPU.
Philly Man 36 wants to know, does ASUS have the Z790 refresh motherboard on display?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, we did a pre-brief at their offices,
Oh,
their
you
new
went to that?
headquarters. Yeah.
How was it? I've not been to the new headquarters.
The building was very big.
Right.
Yeah, very impressive.
They had a Matrix that is 4090 Matrix card, liquid metal,
Liquid
water-cooled.
metal, yeah, water cooled. I think it was 360, rad.
And then
Yeah,
of course the thing they also had was that again everybody's doing the warring cables. They had a GPU with power
Yeah. Oh
on
yeah.
the bottom of the plane, and it's very high ambition.
Yeah.
That makes it less likely to get any other support. But
I mean,
I like
GPU without power cables is great, as long as the mechanism to take the GPU out of the motherboard is easy to use. Because there's been the war on the release mechanisms for PCIe cards for a while.
It is hard to do that and go it your own way because
Yeah.
you have to have the other board makers buy into it.
Yeah, there's no standard on cables to put in for your case still.
Freak wants to know, who have you been most happy to see in person, other than Ian, of course?
I'm gonna pour some out. You mean me?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody. I mean, it's the best thing about coming to Computex. It's a lot more compact, and we ran into Hardware Unboxed, ran into Brian from Techia City, ran into Hardware Canucks.
Wendell,
Who else?
of course.
Wendell, Paul. Oh no.
Have you seen Kyle?
Yes,
We've seen Kyle.
Kyle is sort of on his farewell tour. We ran into him. We're gonna have him in a video.
He'll be back.
Yeah, Gordon's been making this video where he's asking all the people what their so a couple benchmark questions. I'm gonna leave it secret. Yeah.
Keep it a secret.
So we're getting like
They're
little
quite fun.
Yeah, little questions that we're gonna kind of mash into
Especially my
a fun one.
answer. Oh my
Yours
God.
is pretty good.
Yours is
I
pretty
heard
good.
some that are better.
Okay.
It's actually interesting because, like, wow, there's definitely some things that make you go, "Oh, that's bad."
Oh,
like, you
yeah,
just
yeah.
hurt. You hurt for the person because I think a lot of people don't know what it's like to actually be a hardware benchmarker.
Yeah.
It always looks like, wow, it's so exciting and
It's not as simple as pressing the Cinebench button on your
Stream Deck.
deck.
Yeah.
right. No, it can be really horrible sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's one thing that came up this week is people have full-time jobs, but if you have a sample that arrives Friday and the embargo is Monday, 40 hours a week work, do you say, well, no, I've run out of hours, or do you actually push through?
Right.
Right.
It depends how invested you are in what you do.
What about for you, people you met? They're excited to meet.
It's probably going to sound weird, but Linus.
Oh,
Okay.
And that's only because
He's staying at our hotel. If it's
Oh.
good enough for Line, it's good enough for PC World.
yeah.
It's just because I haven't actually had a face-to-face conversation with him that wasn't on video for a few years.
Oh.
I'll be at LTX. Are you guys going?
I got tickets, but
Oh.
yeah, we're tickets for the show.
Yeah.
I need to figure that out.
Yeah, my flights and stuff are booked, so I'll be there as one of the invited creators.
Oh, nice.
And if he messages me some point today, I may be playing badminton with him tomorrow.
Nice.
So,
And that's racket with some kind of weird.
shuttlecock, birdie, whatever you want to call
What'd
it.
you just say? You can't say that on the stream. We're gonna get shut down.
Shuttle.
Nope.
Why,
and
are
I'll-
they a competitor or something?
and I said earlier, Tech Testers, not a Tech Testers, was super awesome to meet her, and then Gear Seekers, Nick over at
Right.
Gear Seekers, super cool, and then Brett, UFD Tech.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's been awesome meeting everybody, but specifically those three, like I just was like, oh yeah, fanboy out for damn sure. So that was damn fun. Man, we're running out on time here. Has anyone seen E-Technics?
Yeah, I've seen Peter Donnell, but one of the writers. I haven't seen Andy. But
okay.
Andy is about. Apparently, they've been having massive hardware issues.
Oh,
Their
no.
camera broke within like an
Oh, my
hour of
God.
arriving, and laptop's not working. And
Ooh,
yeah, so
They needed a bag of this.
yeah, right. The
well, it
Guai
means they're going around with their phones and trying to do the best they can. But I have heard that they have over 24 sponsors in order to attend the show because it's not cheap. It's not cheap for outside of Asia. So to
Oh yeah, no, it's
be
that.
honest, even for Australia, it's expensive.
Really?
Well, it's a 7-hour flight.
Oh, that's pretty good. 7 hours is like New York for us, so that's not too bad.
Hardware Canucks. We did see Mike from Hardware Canucks. We didn't see the other guys.
No.
So yeah, a lot of
Dimitri?
people. I
didn't
didn't see
run
him.
into
Yeah. So I don't know if they're not here or just we didn't
No,
see
I
them.
haven't seen
Yeah.
them,
Yeah. No, it's been fun. It's awesome. I was glad to have Willis. He had never been to Computex before, so
Oh yeah.
bringing Willis, get to check it out.
If you ever have the opportunity to come, if you're in the media, at least once.
Oh, for sure.
At least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, Computex is a PC show. It
Yeah.
is so much
Oh.
more of a PC show than CES.
Oh man, I forgot to talk about the most exciting thing. Damn it! Before the show started, we went to the electronics market,
Oh.
and
wow.
there was this booth, and you walk in and you get a 3D scan, right? You just stand there like this, and then you download the app and you got to unlock it, and you can make custom GIFs of yourself doing the stupidest stuff. Gordon had one of him like slam dunking. Yeah, you got to show him.
You mean you weren't doing all the Fortnite dances?
Oh, well, I'm sure that's probably in there, but oh my God, like it wasn't that expensive. It was like $12 to do it.
Right.
And then, there's in-app purchase, but you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you want to see Gordon's like slam dunking, like doing dances and stuff like that, you got to go over to our Discord because we're gonna make them like little animated stickers. Dude, it is hilarious. It is, yeah. So
This was at Guanghua?
yeah, the bottom floor of the tower or whatever.
Wait, the basement or the ground floor?
No, ground floor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called MyMoji.
Yeah, MyMoji. It's called
Oh, this-
MyMoji. That was the booth. You
Shout
go
out to
in, you
My-
get the scan.
moji.com.tw.
Yeah,
Jeez.
unfortunately the app's all in
Do you know that Taiwanese TV channel that makes all the weird animations for news stories?
Oh yeah.
Pretty much
Yes.
that.
No,
Yeah.
it totally is like that.
It's
yeah.
like that, yeah.
So here's the three of us being excited. If you want to see him, you got to go to our Discord because this is hilarious.
Your facial expression doesn't change.
Yeah.
So
Great.
there's also an AR feature.
Yeah, there's an AR feature so Gordon can insert himself in the scene. Oh man, like
you could be on the next NVIDIA keynote.
I thought about
stage.
it, but I figured
that was
definitely.
that was like one of the first things we did when we were here, and it like was just like, oh my god, this was hilarious.
So we can play PC World Go.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Oh man, it's so fun.
You got to catch a Gordon or a
So-
Willis.
So funny. It's gonna be hard to show.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You got to go over to our Discord. You got to over to Discord. Naga asked, can Adam do a Tech Yes City style bargain hunts maybe?
Oh,
I am not good at bargain hunting.
Me neither.
Yeah. So like, and then we also found out Elena's not good at haggling. She told us that.
She's good at finding the
She's
deals.
got yeah. She's good
Can't
at bargain
haggle.
hunting. She's not good at haggling.
Oh.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
Brian, is he a good haggler too?
I don't know if he's a good haggler,
Yeah, he is.
but you know what? Yeah, I can imagine Brian
is.
would be a good haggler.
To do what he does, you have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's showing GPUs for $40 less than.
He does the full walkout, like forget it, I'm walking off the lot.
Yeah, but if it takes you 2 hours to save $10, maybe I'll just pay the $10.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
totally the same with that too. I'm just lazy.
That's why we're not cut from the same cloth.
No.
Escamonster asks, friend of the show, Escamonster asks if any of us grabbed some cheap tech in Taiwan. I thought I had forgotten Thunderbolt cables.
Oh.
So when we were searching around, we were looking for cables that would work. I did end up finding one, but no, I don't think I didn't buy any cheap tech.
I've been here so often that I think I've bought all the cheap tech I want, and
Yeah.
I never rarely see anything new. I will say I did pick up a new power bank.
Oh, okay. Was it cheap, or you just need a new one?
It was free, but
Oh, okay. There you go.
I
just because
definitely,
my 6-year-old one is kind of dead now. So
the prices are always kind of surprising because I would have expected it to be cheaper here, but it often isn't. Like I bought a
Okay.
flashlight for $70.
yeah.
Oh, we got we
Oh.
got some. Come on in. Come on in.
Oh,
Come on over.
the others.
Hey, come on in.
Clip's making me come over. Yeah, for the last 5 minutes of the
Alex.
stream.
LTT.
Where's the camera? Oh, there it is.
Oh, the light's off though. The light finally
Is
died.
that how you start all your videos?
You got a minute? We're just going to ask you.
Sure.
Yeah. There you go. Oh crap. It's all whatever.
Is it working?
Yes.
All right.
How's that? Testing,
What's the best
testing.
you've seen? What's gotten your rocks off here?
AMD branded chips.
I'm good.
These are really
My
good.
favorite thing that I've seen was definitely the Frore fanless fan. That thing's crazy. You know all about it. You made the OG video.
It's still cool. It is cool.
It's very cool.
It is really cool.
I can't believe that someone thought like, a fan. What about we make that using photolithography?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy too because
And we've
Yeah.
seen it multiple times, and we're still each time like,
Yeah.
that's cool, but you should
Yeah.
try this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, apparently they had it at CES, but XPG has a full digital power supply.
Oh no,
Like
really?
gallium nitride and like a planar transformer.
And it's for desktop.
Yeah, for desktop. They've been running for 3 days straight, drawing 1900 watts from it. It's crazy.
And
I asked them and I was like, is that okay for the wall? And they were like, we made sure to have a special 20 amp circuit, because otherwise we might blow it.
And what's the additional cost adder for going gallium nitride?
I actually don't know.
Oh, I should ask them actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right over there.
God, I can't imagine it being cheap. I know I was talking to Gigabyte. No, sorry.
Speaking to
I
competitors.
I saw a laptop vendor and they had a GAN charger, but and I think they were saying about 30% for but that's a laptop, but about a 30% cost adder. So I kind of I wonder if a desktop is going to be more or less. So
Yeah, it's a 1700 watt power supply, so it's not like you're really price conscious at that point.
It's a GAN laptop charger.
Oh yeah.
135 watts.
oh, and it's captive cable too.
And it's 3 inches, but it does fall out of airline plug sockets
Oh yeah.
because it's from a Chinese brand, but the pins are too short.
They need to do the Apple thing where you have like the plug and then the
Yeah.
cable.
But this is $80,
Oh, that's
Not
not
bad.
bad.
and I use it to charge my phone. So much,
phone?
so much that I think my phone is now kind of bad.
Oh.
But it's fun. It's fast.
All right. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What do you think about the war on cables? Because that was definitely, like everybody's pushing these builds and prototype cases where you hide all the cables and you in it. We had Paul from Paul's Hardware. He's not for it. What's your thought?
I don't know. I kind of like it. I like it when it makes it way easier to make a clean looking computer. Like FSP over there, they have that one where they're just like, oh, let's go full lazy. We'll cable management for you. Like, here's some combs. There you go. Or like MSI have the one where it's on the back.
Corsair has the shift power supply where it's at right angles.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So you're not impinging in your storage area.
The cool thing about, I think the interesting thing about the Corsair power supply is it's really a surprise. It's like, why didn't somebody do that before?
Yeah.
It's so funny how everybody's just like, oh, let's do the same thing we've done for the last 10 years.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And then suddenly someone's like, wait a minute, why are we doing this? Well, because we've always done it this way.
Yeah.
And then now,
Yeah, I guess the only other one, like in my personal computer, I have that Seasonic one where they were like, What about we just put the whole thing all the way up the back? Like you have the power supply and then one massive cable that goes to like a breakout board. But that was like its own unique case, and I only bought it because I was like, Linus is going to build my computer, and I don't want to deal with his cable management.
Yeah, if somebody else is doing it, then yeah, whatever.
Wait, so you make Linus build your computer?
This
That's
is their
pretty-
Extreme Tech Upgrade
Yeah.
series.
That's right.
I had to be like building shelves and stuff.
It's just weird to like. I
You
can't
spent your budget on
imagine.
shelves?
Well, it's a bit of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, though.
No.
So you have to make your boss make your computer. It just
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like that's so.
Did,
That's cool,
didn't
pretty
he break
cool.
somebody's bed as well as part of that series?
Yeah, he broke Andy's bed.
Yeah. You don't know to ask how. You can watch the video.
I'll have to watch it. So anything else kind of blow you away here?
I don't know. I think so. I'm just very tired at the
Oh
moment.
yes,
We're all running on several hours of sleep.
hardest
2
thing
hours,
ever.
3 hours.
Well, it's the food. The food's been great. Lots of good food. Yeah. Had some soup.
Oh, see,
Yeah. Had
Yeah.
hot pot last night. I think I'm going to go for KFC today.
Well, that's too bad.
what's KFC like
Taiwanese
here?
KFC is a bit different. They have different
okay.
options. You know,
There's even rice plates.
At KFC?
Rice plates at KFC. Huh.
Yes. Really? Yeah.
Well, can you get
Oh, we need to go
coleslaw
to
though?
KFC
Can you get the
tonight.
coleslaw? They must have the
the
coleslaw.
gravy's a bit different.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You can also get egg cakes, pastel de nata,
Huh.
which are a Portuguese thing for some reason.
That's interesting. That is. I've never gone into KFC here. I did see a Burger King, and I really wanted to look in it, but
Yeah.
all right.
Well, anyway.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah,
We
I
know
need to
you're
finish.
busy. You're busy,
yeah.
man.
I need to look at MSI's car charger.
Oh,
MSI has a
they
car
have an
charger?
EV, yeah.
we got to check it out. What's
Yeah,
so special
yeah.
about it?
Oh, nothing. I just think
okay.
it's really funny that MSI made a car charger.
Oh,
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
well, thanks
All
for
right.
stopping by.
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
a good
let's
flight
see here.
home.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh, no. Just take some melatonin and sleep all the way home.
That's what I tried. It didn't affect me.
Oh man.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
I should probably split as well. I need to go see some AI hardware.
Okay.
But thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Tech Potato. Where can people see Tech Potato?
At techtechpotato.com.
Oh wait, really? You have
Yeah.
the? Oh, okay. Well, that's easy.
Yeah. It
Tech
does.
Potato merch when?
Already there.
Oh, it's already there. There you go. At techtechpotato.com.
Yeah.
Thank you. I need to plug my mic pack back in.
You want me to read the? You want to read us out?
No, we got a couple more minutes.
Oh, we do. Oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, we're tired. I'm not quite sure exactly when they're going to kick us out, but you know we're gonna push the rules. We're just rule breakers here. I know I'm looking off camera. The MSI people, they're like, oh no.
They wanna go home,
Yeah,
they
get
wanna
the-
go
get
eat.
the hook. The hook. Well, you know, I mean, technically we got 5 minutes. Technically we got 5
Okay,
minutes.
5 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Adam's milking the time here.
Yeah, milking the time. We got to milk the time.
We only come here, once a year. So of course it's
I only
like,
come here
we
once a
gotta-
year. I mean, I want to come to Taiwan more often if I can. That's for damn sure.
Not
Oh,
for
it's an awesome city.
Yeah, no, it was the first Asian city I've ever been to, and it's just safe. I've told this story before, but you know, like when you're walking around Oakland, you know, you just especially at night, you got to keep your head on a swivel. I was walking around in Taipei, and I just like had my gear on me, and I saw some guy out of the corner of my eye, and I just started being like, you know, kind of like eyeballing to make sure, and I was like, wait, no, I'm in Taipei. Like, come on, this isn't Oakland. I don't need the. I'm not gonna get jumped here. But I did go to
I
a
might
cat.
rob you in Oakland.
You might,
I might rob
yeah,
you. In
no,
Oakland.
and I know him. A cat bar. I went to a cat bar. It's called Beer Cat, where the owner had a couple cats, and they just hang out in the bar all day, and it was awesome. I know that probably doesn't sound awesome to you, but it was.
Allergies.
Oh, it was so awesome. A good beer selection. If you're in Taipei, go to Cat Beer. No,
Beer Cat.
Beer Cat.
Beer Cat.
It was super awesome. So, man, it's fun. Electronics market, getting those scans. Oh, those scans. You have to see. I wish. Sorry, we don't have the technology. I'm just kidding. I'm too lazy to do it. But you got to see Gordon jumping around,
Yeah.
like a silly person,
Slam dunking. and
slam
everything.
dunking, and yeah, doing funny poses and stuff like that. That was super cool. I wish that's like you know how you like, for like a kid's birthday party, you like get the bounce castle or like higher entertainment or something like that. Like I would want a birthday party and buy that like setup and literally just scan everyone, and everyone would just be having a complete blast. Yeah, it's super fun. Any last questions people want to know? Are you leaving home for home tomorrow? Yeah, Gordon and I are out tomorrow. Willis is going to stick around a little longer, but it's funny because of the time zone differences. We actually arrive earlier than we left. So we leave at like a certain time, and then we like arrive 3 hours earlier, which is like super trippy. And you just barely got over your jet lag.
Yeah.
So
today, last night, I literally got over my jet lag last night. I think because I slept. First time I slept till 7.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it was waking up at 4.
Takes a while to adjust, I know.
But I'm going back tomorrow.
I know. Then you gotta readjust again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sharf 2K asked any 4090 Ti rumors. Yes, the rumors were all in our heads.
Yes, the rumors were all on that stupid podcast, The Full Nerd. Idiots. I thought it was a Titan. I thought it would have been a Titan.
Yeah, disappointing.
It's cutting out.
What?
Your mic's cutting out.
Oh, my mic's cutting out? Oh, great.
Adam's mic is cutting
Yeah,
out, so I'm going to read another. VC Jester asks, Gordon, for your perfect vacation, what activities would be included? Well, hanging out with family, going to see cool things, getting good food, all the normal vacation stuff. Maybe going to an electronics store. That's always a fun thing.
Okay. Yeah. I know they're trying to interrupt the signal. You know, we're trying to get the podcast here, but they're interrupting the signal.
We got 3 minutes left.
3 minutes. Hopefully the mic's not
I
dying.
do want to talk about the last kind of news item that I
What's
was
up?
talking about. We did a video on it.
Oh, he's back. Watch out.
Oh,
You got more to say?
you saw that? I went. Now we can hear about the MSI car charger.
Go for it.
So I just learned about the MSI car charger.
Okay.
And the cool thing that they have is there's a camera in it that will detect your license plate, so that you don't have to deal with like the apps or anything like that. You just drive right up to it. It's like, oh hey, there's this guy right here, and then bippity boppity, you plug in, you're good to go.
What?
Oh, you mean electric car charger?
Yeah, an electric car charger.
I was thinking like.
What did you think he meant?
I thought it like cigarette lighter, like it's just like you plug it into this. That's what it was, the cigarette port. You plug in the cigarette and you plug your phone in.
Yes,
It's like,
the cigarette port can do 13.2 kilowatts.
okay. Oh, that's
We're tired.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why. Wow. Is it? Which standard is it?
I think it's CCS,
Okay.
so we don't have the Tesla one, but oh well.
So you walk up, it recognizes you.
Will you drive
Yeah,
up?
you
Drive up. Yeah. Wow.
I wonder if it's actually to the point where you drive up and it could change different charging protocols, or no, we're not. Or just that's just how
it's-
they charge you, I guess.
It's all just 120 volt AC,
Oh.
so you don't have to worry about that.
It's not a 220.
Well,
Because
it's-
it's all 120 here.
240 volt, 60 amp, but not the like really fast DC stuff.
I'm sorry, I still drive around in gas, so I don't.
Are you
Same.
electric? Oh no.
No, but I want one.
Oh, you want one? Well, is there a brand preference that you want to say or no?
If I could afford a Rivian, I would buy one tomorrow.
Really?
They're great, fantastic. All right, anyway, I actually need to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Oh man, this is fun.
What last?
I'm glad I figured it out because I really like it was an MSI cigarette car lighter.
yeah,
I
no,
don't-
yeah.
seems pretty, but no, it's a full-on.
Wills has a question.
Gordon, Tan Mei Panati from the chat asked, Gordon, you didn't mention which destination is your favorite. You traveled around the world, for trade shows and stuff like that. Which one do you like? Or what's your favorite?
I really love Taipei. I'm going to Tokyo in a few weeks with my family, and it'll be our family destination. But for me, and Adam knows this, I'm an American. I'm very American-centric, American biased. Coming to Taipei, other than New York, which is our greatest city, our cities kind of suck. San Francisco sucks compared to Taipei. It's so huge. You can do anything. It's got a pulse after 9 o'clock at night. San Francisco is like
It's just different.
So
Yeah, different like as in like
different.
not really a city.
The beer's not as good here. Sorry, Taipei.
Okay, the beer,
you need
maybe.
more breweries. I'm
I'm
sorry.
just saying it's just kind of boring. It's just kind of boring. Coming to Taipei is like going to New York. So I really love New York City, Taipei. These really big metropolitan cities would be my destination to have fun. So
yeah, and so in one of our videos, Packing for Computex, you showed that you had the American bandana and umbrella. Adam said something happened to it. What happened exactly?
The umbrella.
The umbrellas.
well, I bought it. It's been sitting in the unused for so long. All of the stars and stripes. Well, the stripes are starting to come off. The little plastic is starting to all fleck off.
It's all just like
when I
peeling
pull
off.
it
and-
out and like just like white powder goes everywhere. So unfortunately.
So, that's a
I
bummer.
used it the other day though. Yeah,
actually, it has. You know what? Like, we haven't been caught in the rain too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we're going from building to building. Car to taxi to taxi. So, like, it's been fun. It hasn't been that bad. So.
And Clark Kent says New York is rude and dangerous. Yes, it's rude. Yes, it's kind of dangerous.
It
I'm from
ain't.
Oakland.
Yeah, it ain't Oakland dangerous.
ain't Oakland.
It ain't Oakland dangerous.
Yeah. Oh.
But they are pretty rude. That's yeah.
Hey. That's the way it is.
Yeah. You know what? That was the time, the announcement to say, hey, you know what? You people got to get out of here. So why don't we wrap this up? We will have a episode next Tuesday. Brad and Elena will join. Back home, we'll get to talk even more about some Computex stuff. So, look forward to that. We have a lot of videos. We have a lot of video. Like we haven't edited all the videos. So we got to edit some more videos of products, but also like just tons of interviews that we've been doing with people. So that part's fun. And keep a lookout. Keep an eyeball. Your eyeball peeled.
Watch the channel. Like and subscribe. You know, though, I have to say, Adam, before we get out of here.
Yep.
I came to Taipei. I have this laptop. It's very old. It's running an 8th gen CPU. I thought it was fine. It's a commercial laptop. I realize now, actually, I had some problems. Battery's getting old. I need to replace my commercial laptop with this 8th gen U class chip. And one of the problems I had is I don't have Ethernet on this. I didn't bring my dongle.
Oh well, you know what? This MSI
laptop.
laptop.
What's a good laptop I could replace?
This MSI laptop right here.
Huh?
It's got Ethernet.
Is that the MSI's commercial 14 that's coming out later
Commercial
this year?
14. I like the subtle MSI logo look.
And that has, I think, a Core i7. This is an 8th gen, and this has something the latest Core i7.
The latest Core i7.
So it should be considerably faster than my old 8th gen laptop.
I mean, yeah. Oh yeah.
14-inch screen, 19 by 12. I also do care about preserving the environment, and I want to show this feature off because it's got the smart card reader. I get it.
They're literally breaking down.
They're literally breaking down. It's got post-consumer recycled plastic lid. I can feel good, so I'm just looking forward to replacing this old workhorse with something like that. I just wanted to mention that.
Well, it's also, I mean, it was funny. I was in the market for a new small form factor power supply, and I just so happened to go by Silverstone's booth.
They make really good small form factor.
They do, and they're
They've been doing it for a
sponsoring.
while.
They're sponsoring this episode. So they're the leader in small form factor power supplies for over 10 years. The SX1000R Platinum is the company's SFX 12V 4.0 update to the pioneering SX1000 Platinum, released in 2020. Now includes Gen 5 PC, 12-volt high power connector, and features ATX 3.0 performance updates and runs quieter. Pick up the SX1000R Platinum today and give your small form factor PC the power supply it deserves.
All right, I'm going to take us out.
Please, get us out of here.
Okay.
They're about to tackle us.
They're going to tackle us. Check back next week for your fix of PC hardware on The Full Nerd. For audio listeners, subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or Stitcher. And if you're on one of the services, please leave a review. Every time you do, AMD drops off this awesome good luck cereal tasting
Guai guai.
Guai Guai.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming. I'm Gordon Ung. with Adam Patrick Murray.
Hey, thank you, everybody. This has been super fun. Thank you, Gordon, for hanging out. And thank you, Willis, for helping.
And I want to thank our special guest. We had Dr. Ian Cuttress from Tech Tech Potato.
He's still here.
I'm still here.
We had Paul from Paul's Hardware and Alex from Linus Tech Tips.
Yes. Yep. Thank you, everybody.
And Will Sons can hit the out switch.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you back home. Have a good day. Bye.
I'm going to eat more of this. This really is good.